Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are on the globe. Hey, it's Insane Rider. Welcome to the channel, The Budget Gamer. I've got another good one for you tonight. So last night I was doing coin flips. Of course, the one night that I test coin flips, I actually was doing a little better than average. Typically, it seems like I'm always way below average. But tonight, I wanted to shift gears and go a different direction. There's a lot of conversation out there regarding the latest item card that is specifically related to most likely a psychic deck, because it's related to psychic Pokemon. It's called Mythical Slab. And just like the red card, there seems to be a lot of debate about it. I spent the afternoon researching the different strategies to it. And there wasn't a clear, concise, like, this is the way to use the card. I think ultimately the card is situational, and depending on a number of things, what you have in your deck, I think what you've been dealt initially, and then what's coming your way, all play into the best approach to playing this card. For example, let me just jump over here real quick. So I saw some saying basically the only way you should ever play this is you play a Pokeball first, you should play Oak second, and then Slab third. And you know, the concept behind that is you're using Pokeball to pull out basics, you're using Oak to hopefully pull out some more cards, hopefully some more Pokemon. And then if you haven't got like one of your evolutions or both of your evolutions, if it's a 2 evolution Pokemon, then you could start using Slab, at least take a look at the top card. If it is something, great. If not, send it to the bottom, but at least you're one card closer to getting that evolution you're short on. So that was one train of thought that was pretty common. Another kind of thought was, well, maybe you should play Slab first. And the thought behind that is when you play Slab, it sends the card to the bottom of the deck if it's not your psychic Pokemon. So what if you do Slab and it's a Professor's Research card? Most of us all run 2 Professor's Research cards. Or what happens if it was a Pokeball? Suddenly that card's at the very bottom of your deck and you're going to have to get all the way to the end of it. Well, there's where some say, well, you should at least have Slab before your Pokeball, because when you play your Pokeball, it reshuffles your hand. So that one card that you really think you need is no longer stuck at the bottom. And then there's some that variations of that. Well, it might be, you know, Oak first, then Slab, then Pokeball to reset. It might be Slab first, Pokeball, then Oak. There's a bunch of different permeations of how you should play it. I don't have the right answer. I think based on the fact there's so many people so committed to playing it a certain way, like it's the way to play it, that kind of tells me, just based off of playing a lot of games over the years and experience, there's probably multiple right answers, and it's probably truly situational, where each of those people, it played out that way because that was a situation they were presented with. And someone else who has a totally different perspective is probably because of what they experienced based on the situation they were playing. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Let's give this, I'm just going to play it. I'm going to play it a few different ways. I'm going to kind of give you my commentary on it. If anyone has any input, feel free to share. I'm going to use it with a Mewtwo EX deck. So let's just kind of go over the deck real quick. So I'm going to have 2 Mewtwo EX cards, 1 Mew EX card, 2 Ralts, 2 Kirlias, 2 Gardevoir, 1 X Speed, 2 Pokeball, 2 Mythical Slab, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Sabrina, 1 Blue, and 1 Leaf. And what I did for this deck is I just went up to Pokemon Zone and looked at the tier decks. I made one change from the basic Mewtwo EX. They had a couple of, I'll say, variations. Maybe technically most of it's down in the trainer, you know, your item and supporter cards. But the one change I made is I removed the red card. I'm not a big fan of the red card. And I replaced the red card with a second Sabrina. I could have just easily added a Giovanni or a second X Speed, or, you know, maybe another Blue or something like that. But I just went ahead and added an extra Sabrina. So I'm playing a pretty typical standard deck. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into these matches. And let's just kind of take a look. Oh, let's see how this card plays out. See if I can come up with some conclusions on my own. And with that, we'll go ahead and get the battle started. So thanks again for joining tonight. Tonight I'm tackling Mythical Slab card, taking a look at some of the potential strategies that are involved with it, and see if I can make my own personal conclusion on what's a good way to play this card. Okay, so with that said, I've got a Ralts, a Mewtwo EX, so I'll put Mewtwo EX to the active spot. I'm going to put Ralts down on the bench. I got 2 Kirlias and an X-Speed, so with that I'll go ahead and start the battle. Celebi EX, what do you know? Right out of the gate, very popular deck, has a potential for a lot of damage. Alright, so I've got a Pokeball. I don't have this card anywhere in sight, so you know, part of the things is, am I going to use what order? I'm not going to necessarily save my cards for a particular order. I'm just going to play them as they come to me. So if I have multiple decisions, and I have my smaller chat box up right now, you know, Pokeball, Oak, Slab, Slab, Oak, Pokeball, some of the different variations I found. For right now, I'm just going to play, and when I come across a situation where I'm sitting on both of them, or all 3, then I'll make some decisions from there. Alright, so I've got a Mewtwo EX, a Ralts, I've got an X-Speed. I'm going to go ahead and put the Mew EX down on the bench as well. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. This particular deck, Mewtwo EX, is one of my favorites. Typically, when I have to grind something and I'm looking for victories, this is the deck I go to. With the recent win 5 in a row, this is the deck I also use for that. Alright, Snivy to the bench, so Superior is on the way. 2 Snivies. My opponent's going to have 2 opportunities there, so I'm sure they're happy with that. They've already got 1 energy, so we know they're going to attack first just because they lost the coin flip. Somehow losing the coin flip, getting the energy first, attacking first, doesn't always feel like it's really a win. A loss. I think it's actually a win when you lose on the coin flip. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with Kirlia. Evolution. I've got a second Mewtwo EX I could play on the bench. And I will, however, though, I'll sit 1 turn on that card, maybe 2. We'll see how it's kind of going. I'm going to go ahead and give Mewtwo EX an energy. And with that, I'll end my turn. So again, tonight I'm going to look at that Mythical Slab card, kind of note the situation I'm in. We'll play it out. We'll make a decision. Did it really help me? Did it not help me? See if I could come to my own conclusion. I tried to see if there was a consensus. There's definitely not a consensus on how to play it. Alright, so my opponent's asking me to bring someone forward. Of course, I'm going to bring Mew EX forward. Just because I've got the extra health, I don't want to risk my evolution to Gardevoir. And with that, my opponent's going to start coin flipping. Mew EX makes a good wall as well, in the sense that it's got 130 health, 1 retreat. 2 tails for the coin flips. So my opponent, unfortunately, is not off to a good start on their coin flips. Alright, so I am going to use my X-Speed to bring Mew back. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I've got Mewtwo EX with 1 energy. Of course, I want to get that second energy so I can start attacking. I'm going to move that second energy over to there. I'm still going to sit on this Mewtwo EX I have in my hand. I'd really like to see another Ralts right now. But that said, I might have to bring that one into play, but I'm not feeling pressure at the moment to do so. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do a Psychic Sphere. We'll at least get this match going. And with that, it's my opponent's turn. Now, in the perfect scenario right now, my next card is a Gardevoir. And at that point, I can start bringing the smackdown with Side Drive to my opponent. And of course, they got Superior, so they had the perfect evolution straight on through. You can't argue that. They had a Snivy the first time through. They had their Servine the second, Superior third. So it's definitely hard to compete when your opponent's getting the perfect hands. Now, unfortunately, their Their coin flips aren't helping them. So let's see if I can participate as well with a Gardevoir. Okay, I didn't get Gardevoir, but I am going to use this Mythical Slab. Maybe it's the next card. Let's see what happens. It's another Mythical Slab. All right, so unfortunately, I just went to the end of the deck. So it did not work out for me that particular turn. I think I'm going to go ahead and ask Sabrina to help out a little bit by bringing someone else forward. We'll do that real quick. Let's see what they have in mind. Other Celebi EX, very nice. Obviously, Mewtwo is in trouble. So I'll go ahead and... I don't have my Leaf card out yet, so if I had Leaf, I could retreat right there. Unfortunately, I haven't been dealt that card in my hand yet. So with that, I'll go ahead and retreat back. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll play my other 150. 130 to 150, it's still going to go down. But I know that I would get a 50-point attack. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back. I think I will play... Oh, I ran out of time, spending too much time talking. Sometimes I wish I had a little bit more time to explain what I'm doing. So at this point, my Mewtwo EX is exposed. I was going to bring my Mew or my Mewtwo EX to the front. So they're going to bring their other Celebi right back to the front with that energy, and they're going to flip coins again. So a little bit too much narration is going to probably cost me this match. All right, so they've got a good early 2-0 start. That was 3, though, so no matter which one I would have done, I would have ended up losing that card. Only thing is I lost the energy with it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and I'll go with Mew right now. Unfortunately, they were able to get their feeder Pokemon right away, and I'm not seeing my feeder Pokemon Gardevoir anywhere. Mythical Slab didn't really help me out. Matter of fact, I pulled a second Mythical Slab, and it's now at the bottom of my deck. No Pokeball to reshuffle my hand, so it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put this energy here on Mew and fire off an attack. So I'm not necessarily looking for a win-loss record. I'm not necessarily looking to be the most competitive. What I am most concerned about is trying to better determine how Mythical Slab impacts my games. So the first time through here, it really had absolutely no impact. Wait for my opponent, who's ready to flip 8 coins for a win. They only need 3. And they got what they needed. All right. Good match for my opponent. They got dealt a pretty wonderful hand, went right straight to superior each turn. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to mirror match that with my Gardevoir. It was nowhere to be found. And Mythical Slab didn't really give me any advantage as well. Alright, so 1 defeat down and move on to the next match. Thanks again for joining. I know I have a lot of subscribers in India and Indonesia. So feel free to leave me a reaction or an emoji or something like that in case you don't have any character set for English. Still cool just to see that you're out there. And thanks again for the support overseas and making my channel go viral over there. Very much appreciated. All right, next round. Here we go. Again, we're testing out Mythical Slab. Got a Snorlax icon. I've won the coin toss again, which doesn't really feel like I won. One card, Ralts, to the active spot. I got 2 of the slabs in my hand, so this will be fun to see how this plays out. I've also read a lot of, I'll say, input, people saying you should play it early, you shouldn't play it early. I think the majority of the consensus with slab is to play it early. But not necessarily. Some will say play it as soon as it's in your hand. Some will say, you know, wait for the opportune moment to play it. All right, so let's just see how this goes. So if I have a couple people saying slab ahead of anything else, and I have one saying oak. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Professor's research first. Let's see what I get. I get a Sabrina and a Mewtwo EX. All right, so that was pretty helpful. I'll put Mewtwo EX down on the bench. I'm going to go ahead and play a Mythical Slab, and let's see what happens. So it's another Professor's research that unfortunately is going to the bottom of my deck. So obviously that's not very advantageous. So let's play the next Mythical Slab. And I pull a Ralts. So Ralts is going to come to my hand. And with that, I will end the first turn. All right, so we know Professor's research is sitting at the very bottom of the deck. However, it's not a lost cause necessarily, because one Pokeball will reshuffle my deck and hopefully bring Professor's research from the bottom of the deck to somewhat closer to the top. I see a Geodude, so maybe we're up against a Golem deck. Pretty popular deck right now. Won first place in last weekend Ursa Day's Pocket tournament. 1,529 participants in this little spicy Golem deck. Came in first place. It was a Golem and Druddigon. All right, so here we are. Got Gardevoir. I'm missing my Kirlia. I'm going to go ahead, and I don't have an X speed either, but I definitely want to move Ralts out of the active spot. So I'll place that energy there. I'll go ahead and start with the retreat. And of course, we want to get Mewtwo EX to the active spot. Unfortunately, I'm not able to energize it. I could have used Leaf, but I kind of want to hold on to Leaf for a little bit. And with that, I will end my turn. Leaf is great if you need to bring back Mewtwo with a 2 energy retreat. So I don't quite want to do that yet. I would like to maybe get another Mew or a Mewtwo, get a Mewtwo EX or a Mew on the bench so I can kind of go back and forth. Why? So I've got Mohammed saying why I slab a Pokemon, but it don't go to my hand. You would have to confirm it's a Psychic Pokemon, because it would only pull Psychic Pokemon. So if well, I don't have the card right now, but it should only. It wouldn't work if you say it was like a Farfetch'd or Kangaskhan, something like that. That's not a Psychic. It will only pull Psychic to your hand. So Mohammed, that would be my my best guess to why it didn't work. I mean, there's always bugs in the game, but I didn't come across that particular bug when I was doing all my reading and research. Okay, I got Geodude with two energy. At this point, I've got 2 Gardevoir, but no Kirlia. I'll give Mewtwo that energy. Got a wall on the back, but I'm not gonna. I think actually, I'm gonna protect myself. I'd rather work on the wall a little bit, so I'm gonna ask Sabrina. You know, if they get a Graveler 70 points of damage. I've already taken a little bit of damage, so I'm going to ask them to bring their wall forward, just so that not only they can hide behind the wall, but I'm going to hide behind the wall as well. So we'll use that wall both ways. Thank you, Mohammed. Yep, that's probably the most likely cause of what's happening. Okay, so Pokeball. I know I've got Professor's research sitting at the bottom of my deck based on the slab I played, so I really need a Pokeball, if nothing else, to reshuffle my deck. to pull it back from the bottom. And there's the Graveler. Okay, they're playing that Graveler. If they had the other Graveler, I'd be looking at a little bit more damage. But I kind of want to hide behind the wall as well. I'm a little bit behind on my energy assignment because I had to use Ralts. So based on the fact I have to use Ralts up front and had to move it back, I'd rather go ahead and work on energy a little bit. So Mew, my second wall. I've got a Sabrina Leaf. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and play this energy, but I'm not going to attack. I'm going to hold off on attacking. I don't really want to bring down that wall yet. I'm going to use it to my advantage, just like they are. And with that, I will end my turn. All right. Let's see how this goes. So hopefully I get a second Mythical Slab and can do some further testing. Used it in the first match that I lost. I got dealt a pretty bad, not the best of hands. My opponent got a really perfect hand. I played the slab. It did not help me at all. Second turn here, I played the slab and I sent Professor's Research to the bottom of the deck. And so I've got some different strategies listed on my current overlay that are showing. There's a good strike by Golem, who will take 30 less damage. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and use X speed. Unfortunately, I'm having a tough time getting to my second evolution of Ralts. Last time I had Kirlia right away. This time, Kirlia is nowhere to be found. So definitely on the struggle bus when it comes to getting my hand going. So I'm going to go ahead and put Mew to the front. Mew's in this deck. One is a little bit of a threat on the energy, and two as a kind of a wall. So I'll go ahead and at this point, 120 point strikes coming my way. There's no way I'm going to get to Gardevoir by next turn. So I'll just go ahead and put this energy on Mew, Mewtwo, because Mew's kind of pretty exposed. There's not a whole lot I can do. I am going to ask Sabrina to help out a little bit. Most likely would see Hitmonlee coming to the front. Yep, Hitmonlee to the front. And with that, I'll end my turn. So far, I've got some combinations here. I found some people saying you must play Pokeball first, then Oak, and Slab last. Some are saying Slab's got to go first. Slab gives you a chance to pull some stuff, and if not, you got Pokeball after it to pull up the card from the bottom of the deck. My opponent's just scored 2 points. Great move with Hitmonlee. Nothing I could do there. So in this case, here's to the concept of playing Slab first. My Professor's Research that's at the bottom of my deck is now going to get reshuffled. Going to go ahead and play Mewtwo down. I'm still on the struggle bus for doing any type of attack. My hand, I'm just not getting a good hand. And with that, I'll end my turn. So Pokeball first, the concept that most are talking about when they play Pokeball, Oak, then Slab, is they're using Slab to try to get a Pokemon. So Pokeball we know is going to bring us a couple Pokemon, assuming you have two. Oak gives you a better chance of getting a Pokemon. So after you've played all those, whatever's left in the Pokemon, Slab, you know, the top card, perhaps you get the card one time sooner. One round sooner. So that's the concept of having Slab at the end. Alright, well, I finally get Kirlia. A little too late. We're way too far in the match now to finally get that card. But I'm going to go ahead and going to leave Mew. I'm going to use Leaf to retreat. This deck has one Leaf and one X speed. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back. I'm going to put Mew to the front, Mewtwo. I'm going to go ahead and sign an energy. And with that, I will end my turn. So definitely not having the best dealt hands here, these first two matches. And I would say overall, Slab hasn't really helped me out. I played it in this match first, buried my Professor's research. However, it's now somewhere in the middle, so no harm, no foul there. Good job by Hitmonlee, and I knew this match would be over. So, I'm pretty confident that the order in which you play Pokeball, Oak, and Slab, and all the conversations that are centered around it, and all the arguing, and all the heated debates, I really think it's situational. I bet you each person who believes in one of those approaches has a situation where they played it, and it played out that way. And I think that's the beauty of probably the Slab card, is once you probably have enough skill and game experience playing this game, you probably can use that card to your advantage, knowing when to play it, when to hold on to it. Me, as a first time ever playing that card, I'm not going to do it any justice. So my thought tonight is I'm just going to play it and see if I can start to understand it a little better. And perhaps share with everyone else what I'm learning, as well as give everyone else kind of an opportunity to see it firsthand, so they can make their own kind of decisions or judgment on what's best for that card. And is it best to have it even in your deck? All right, next match. Mewtwo EX to the front. I'm going to go ahead and place 2 Ralts down. Got a Professor's Research and a Gardevoir. And with that, I'll go ahead and start the battle. Zapdos EX up against a Lightning deck. Definitely up there at the top tier. I think Pokemon Zone has the Mewtwo EX. Pikachu EX right now is top tier. Pikachu EX is kind of returned to the top. All right, let's go Pokeball first. Well, let's try to go Pokeball first. There we go. Pokeball first. There's a Mew. I'll go ahead and place that Mew on the bench, so in case Sabrina shows up and tries to pull a Ralts forward, I'll have something with a little tankier and healthier. Professor's Research next. I'm really looking for Kirlia. There's Kirlia. And with that, I will end my turn. So, of course, with the Mewtwo EX, the goal is to get Gardevoir on the table and active as soon as possible. And then just to camp back out on the bench and feed either Mewtwo EX or Mew EX energy. All right. My opponent's looking really good right now. Pikachu EX with 3 on the bench. So they're off to a great start. Hey, Peter, thanks for joining. So here's a Kirlia. Going to go ahead and evolve. I'm going to ask Sabrina to move that Zapdos back. Voltorb to the front. I just want to do that to kind of throw them off a little bit. And with that, I'm going to give Mew an energy and finish my turn. So again, tonight I'm just exploring the Mythical Slab card. I have 2 in this deck. Trying to learn a little bit more about it. I'm pretty convinced that it can be used in a number of situations. And although on my overlay here I show 5 different combinations, those were the combinations I came across where there were heated debates. People literally ready to, go at each other that this is the right way to use it. And my personal opinion is I bet you there's multiple right ways to use it, and I'm just going to kind of explore that tonight. All right, Gardevoir on the table. Mewtwo EX sitting at 110. I do not have a heal, but I do have Boy Blue to help out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and bring this energy over here to Mewtwo. And I'll ask Gardevoir to help out as well. And with that, I'll go ahead and throw a Psychic Sphere. Alright, Zapdos is down to 80. Looking for a Mythical Slab card. Let's try it out and see what type of results we get. So far, I used a couple of them in the first match, didn't really help. Second match, it sent Professor's Research to the back, but I salvaged it with a Pokeball to shuffle them back into the deck. And then no second slab card for me to use on that one. All right, here's a slab. So I'm in need. So I'm already far enough in the game. So a lot of conversation is around using slab early on. I'm going to go ahead and give this energy to Mew. And with that, let's just go ahead and play this and see what happens. I still in need of a Kirlia. So let's just go ahead and see what brings me. I'm not sure it's the best play. Well, Mewtwo EX, okay. Because I could give up a good card. My hand and my bench is not too bad. So did I really need that other one? No. So I could have actually done myself more harm than good. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and attack. So my opponent, if they're sitting on a Giovanni, I don't have a heal. I already used my boy Blue. So I'm sitting at a 60-point damage right here. They can bring it up to 90 plus a Giovanni and take out Mewtwo EX if they have it. There's the first part of the equation. Now they just need Giovanni. There's Giovanni. So just like I was thinking. And with that, we've got a tie game. Okay, so Mew's going to go to the active spot. There's Kirlia on the evolution. We're going to give Mew EX some energy. And save from Gardevoir. And this is going to go ahead and make sure I get Mewtwo EX before I fire off this attack. Populate my bench as much as possible. And choose one of your active and use it as your own. So I use... so there's a good learning lesson. So because I didn't have any lightning Pokemon, it did me absolutely no good. So Mew against Pikachu EX is a scrub right there. So let's go ahead and I need to do a little salvage here. I'm going to start with... I'll also save that energy, so I'll ask Leaf to help me bring Mew back. I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I'm going to go ahead and ask Mewtwo to step forward. So if I would have known that, I would have done this sooner. But I didn't. And with that, I'll go ahead and assign the second energy. And I'll go ahead and use this Pokeball. No reason why not to get it out of my hand. I know I don't have anything else. And with that, I'll go ahead and do a 50-point attack. Alright. I haven't really played Mew EX too much, so there's a good learning opportunity for me. So my slab, I had it late in this match, really didn't seem to really make a big difference and probably was actually more of a risk. I probably risked putting myself in a situation where, you know, I could have gave up a card that I could have used. All right. So my Mew's hanging on by a thread. And of course, this match is over. All right. Good little win right there. even with my mistake. All right, let me go ahead and move on. So if anyone has any thoughts on Mythical Slab, I'm all ears to hear and learn. Continue on to the next battle. So again, yeah, Giovanni didn't help. So Pokeball, a lot are saying to play your Pokeball and Oak first. Pull out all the basics and everything else you need, because you're probably going for, say, Kirlia or Gardevoir. So in that scenario, I think Pokeball and Oak first make good sense. You've already got enough on the table. You really just need to get maybe a first stage or a second stage, and that does make good sense to kind of bring it down. Now, however, playing Slab first is a good cover in the sense that if you send a great card to the bottom of your bench, you've always got Pokeball to bail you out. Hey, Wada, thanks for joining. Nice to see you. I did check out your little test video. Looks really good. I like your overlay, your background. Pretty cool. I do have a few questions for you on how you're doing a few things. It has me curious, but congrats on your first test. It looked like it went really good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start with Professor's research. Yeah, a lot of debate over this card. I found a lot of people who said, use it early, only use it early. Some others said, no, use it late. I think there's so many situations on how this card can work to your advantage that it's pretty specific to what you've been dealt, what's in your deck, and what your opponent has going for him. So Wada, I liked what you were doing. How are you doing your facial recognition? I was just kind of curious on that. You know, I use a Cartoon Animator 5 with live face facial recognition, facial scanning system on my iPhone. I was just kind of curious what you were using. All right, I got a Professor's research. I've got a bunch of stuff here, so let's go ahead and throw out Professor's research. Looks like we've got a Starmie EX coming our way. And I ask, and get to it, Mewtwo EX to come to the bench. Okay, VTube Studio, all right. And Pokeball. And that pulls up a Ralts. Put the Ralts down. I've got the evolutions lined up. I think what I'll do right now is I'll give this point of energy to, I'm not going to go for genome hacking, but I think I might put a little pressure. So I'll give this energy to Mew, knowing I've got Gardevoir and Kirlia in my hand. And I'll throw out a 20-point attack. Oh, that's cool. Cool, Wada. Now, does the VTube Studio, does it like put like little dots on your face and kind of map out your facial structure, chin, nose, eyes, mouth, eyebrows, stuff like that? I was just kind of curious how it works, because when I had the web version of Animator 5 for motion capture, I had like maybe 50, 60 green little dots on my face. And then when I upgraded to the iPhone, because it's got a true depth camera, it went from like 50, 60 dots to this hex, not even hex, it's really like a bunch of triangles, to about 300 triangles on my face simultaneously. All right, Kirlia with the upgrade. Get my evolution going there. Mew's down to 90. Gonna move this point of energy over here. In the meantime, I'm going to ask, I'm going to go ahead and I don't have an X speed, so I'm going to go and ask Mew to retreat back and put Mewtwo to the front. And with that, I will think I'll just stay right there for a moment. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd like to just, I'll have to look that up and learn a little bit more. I did quite a bit of research to come to where I am right now, but I'd like to see all the different solutions out there in case there's one that maybe fits my situation better. I know the iPhone is like almost an industry leader in facial recognition because they use it to scan to log into your phone, especially when you have your wallet set up on it. You know, it's got to be pretty secure. All right, Starmie. Starmie bringing it home. So I've got Gardevoir. I'm going to go ahead and get this evolution going. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use Leaf to bring back... I don't have another Pokemon, so I'm going to ask Leaf to bring back. So I'm just kind of distributing my hits right now. Obviously, I'd rather give up Mew. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I made a mistake there. I meant to give that energy prior, but well, let's do this. At least get a size shot in. I guess it doesn't matter in the end. And with that, I'll do another size shot. They did recommend Apple product for use in VTube Studio. Yeah, I have a pretty high-end web camera, and there was really no comparison of the 50, 60, 70 green dots compared to... I could take a picture of it right now. It looks like I'm wearing, like, you know, one of those Halloween Jason white masks. There's so much white on my face, and it's just all these little itty-bitty triangles. Oh, yeah, you can use webcam. Yeah, that might be a good start. That's where I started for a few days, and then moved over to the live face is what it's called. And then... with my setup, you go into Cartoon Animator and you map out the face for all the different mouse movement, eyelid movements, stick your tongue out, you know, all eyebrows, all kinds of things. And you map out what the avatar does. I could turn my head. I just happen to have all of that turned off right now. Because as I move around due to my injury, I didn't want my avatar suddenly looking to the side or looking completely down or completely up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, waiting for opponent. They're taking their time to try to think things through. I think they're going to run out a little bit of energy before they got a chance to attack. Bummer. And then they've conceded. All right, they knew what was coming their way, so... Okay, so far Mythical Slab, I think what I'm coming up with so far is it really does make a difference on what you've been dealt, what you have on the table, and where your opponent's at with things. All right, next match. Yeah, Cartoon Animator 5 has a number of pre-built little avatars as well, but I was really had my heart set on the one I'm using right now, and so I elected just to go through all the configuration options to try to get the one I have right now working. I still have some fine tuning of him to do, but it's been good enough right now that it's on my back burner, focused on, you know, more important things, other things I need to work on, like the stability of my stream and stuff. All right, Mewtwo EX to the front. Oh, okay. It was a pretty cool one, and I liked all the stuff you had going on in your background as well. That was pretty neat. All right, thanks everyone for joining. Tonight I'm testing the Mythical Slab card. Trying to see, there's a lot of debate out there, and I'm just trying to figure out, there's so many opinions and so many people saying, hey, you're an idiot if you don't play it this way, or, oh, if you play it this way, you don't know how to play. I was like, when I see that many different variations and commitment to their response and how they feel the philosophy of it, to me it tells me that there's probably multiple ways to play it. All right, Professor's Research to start the match. 2 Celebi EX and a Snivy. Goodness, oh my goodness. All right, so Mewtwo gonna get the one energy I have. I am short of some Pokemon. So in this case, I have 2 Kirlias and 2 Gardevoir. So getting a slab would be a perfect opportunity to play it first. Because other than, that would at least give me a 1 in 3 chance. I got one more Mewtwo EX. And I got a Mew EX. So at least give me a 33% chance of seeing what the card is. And if it isn't, I get it one turn sooner. So here we go. So, Mythical Slab. Let's see if it brings me something 1 turn sooner. Oh, no. All right, second time Professor's Research is going all the way to the back of my deck. But I haven't played any Pokeball, so I'm okay there. I'm looking at nothing I can do. I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use Sabrina. My opponent is already one step closer with Servine, so they're doing much better than I am on the double evolution. And with that, I'll go ahead and attack. I'm going to go ahead, now that we've talked about the... let me switch over to a little bit of a larger chat. Okay. You just play it whenever you have 10 Pokemon in deck after I use Pokeball and Research. Okay. Celebi EX back to the front, second energy. Of course, my opponent goes straight to Superior. Pop, pop, pop. Snivy on the first turn, hand out. Right to Servine, right to Superior. So it's going to be hard for me to compete when I'm struggling. I can't get my combo going. I haven't even started my combo yet. Down to 50 points of damage. Gonna use X speed. I'm gonna have to move this damage around a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and retreat back. Put Mew to the front. I really have no plans to use Mew. I'd rather start stacking up Mewtwo EX, but I'm only looking at 1 or 2 hits away, so I'm not going to have enough energy to make that happen, so I'll bring that energy over to here. And with that, I'll end my turn. So again, my deck tonight is 2 Mewtwo EX, 1 Mew EX, 2 Ralts, 2 Kirlias, 2 Gardevoir, 1 X Speed, 2 Pokeball, 2 Mythical Slab, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Sabrina, 1 Blue, and 1 Leaf. And I pulled this deck off of Pokemon Zone. This was their standard top tier Mewtwo EX deck with one change. I made one change. I removed the red card and added a second Sabrina. There's a 150 point smack. My opponent's in the driver's seat. Nothing I can do when I've got a horrible hand being dealt to me. Alright, Mythical Slab. Already got 1 Professor's Research at the bottom. And now I got a Pokeball down at the bottom. And this match is pretty much over. But I'll let them at least coin flip me. They're only going to need 1 coin flip out of 8. Should be pretty easy to do. But I've seen stranger, crazier things happen in this game. Alright, here they go. And they got it. And then some. 4 and 4. Well, not a whole lot I could do in that particular match. A pretty horrible hand I was dealt. I had 2 Kirlias, 2 Gardevoirs in my hand. Could not get a Ralts to get anything started. Tried my Mythical Slab. Didn't get Pokeball. My Professor's Research went to the bottom of the deck. And on to the next. Only one Mewtwo EX. Well, hopefully, Peter, once trading starts, I've got a number of them. We can definitely trade and kind of whatever you're missing, try to get you kind of set up. I noticed I'm missing a Pidgeot EX. I only have one. I was trying to put a Pidgeot deck together, but I didn't have two EXs. So I still need that one particular card, a second one of those. All right, next battle. I think I've only won one match. This is actually my go-to deck, although my go-to deck doesn't typically have the slabs in them. I'd rather, me personally, I play something I feel a little more comfortable with. I'm sure I'm not doing this Mythical Slab justice. And I'm sure a professional player, someone who's in a lot of tournaments, would be able to take this deck and make it work very easily. But for me, I like to play things that are a little bit more simple. Very straightforward. Give me a Blaine deck. Or even that Golem Drudagon deck. That one was pretty straightforward. Mew EX to the active spot for my opponent. They've got a Ralts on the bench. Now they got a Mewtwo EX. I've got a Kirlia. I have no no extra help. So I'm going to start off by, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Leaf to pull back Ralts. From there, I'm going to go ahead and retreat, put Mewtwo EX into the active spot where it's the most comfortable. And I'm going to go ahead and use this Mythical Slab. Like right now, I'm in need of, well, technically I'm not in need yet. So I'm not going to play it this turn because I can only go to Kirlia anyway. So I'm going to hold off on playing it. I'll go ahead and give Mewtwo EX a point of energy. And I'll end my turn. 66 out of 68 for Peter. You just need Pidgeot EX and Gyarados EX. Yeah, those ended up being two of the best cards in the whole deck. Afraid of putting full bench Pokemon, you can use Sabrina easy. All right, let's see what we got going here. We got a mirror match game going on. My opponent so far has the better dealt hand. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place Kirlia right here. Now, I've got this Mythical Slab, so here comes this card. Let me see if I can... it's not going to... If I play it now, I'm only going to get the card now. If I wait till next turn, I mean, it is what it is. I could still get it and do an evolution. So getting it one time sooner, since I just did a evolution, doesn't really buy me anything. So again, I'm going to hold off on using it. I think what I will do, though, is go ahead and play this. I'm going to hold off on my boy Blue, and I'll start with an attack. And it's my opponent's turn. Yeah, that's hey Giovanni, thanks for joining. I saw some conversations about poke decks and timing it with using it with Slab. And I was considering giving it a try, but it seemed to be the overwhelming consensus that I found was a lot of people didn't like that combination. Now, I couldn't quite make sense to why, but a lot of people were saying it was a lot of real estate to take up in the deck to play with poke decks. But on the other hand, it makes a lot of sense because then you can kind of see what's going on to see if you want to use it or not. So I didn't actually put it in this deck just because I just really wanted to throw down Mythical Slabs over and over. But yeah, Giovanni, you've got a great point there. And a lot of people are doing exactly that. All right, so I did get Gardevoir. So using my Mythical Slab would have not helped me out any sooner. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up my Mewtwo EX. Oh, my opponent's going to concede. I was just going to go ahead and play at that turn. And on the mirror match, I win that one. You only need one, really, since it doesn't shuffle the deck. You can time your slabs perfectly. Yeah, it's good input, Giovanni. I was thinking about doing that. All right, with that match is over. So far, I have, me personally, not being the most experienced with this Mythical Slab. Let me go back over to my other overlay. So on the right side next to a smaller chat box, I've actually got the 5 most common play approaches where people were really breaking it down to nothing more than an order. I don't think it makes sense in the sense of, I think it's very variable. But I found people who were saying, oh, you absolutely, positively, without a doubt, have to play Pokeball first, Oak second, and Slab third. No other way. If you don't play it any other, you play it any other way, you have no clue on how to play the game. I read something exactly like that. And then I read something that said, oh no, you have no clue unless you're playing Slab first, Oak in the middle, and Pokeball at the end to, you know, the thought is on the first one, Pokeball and Oak pull as many cards as possible, so Slab would hopefully help you out. And on the second option, it's the Pokeball bails you out if you send like a professor's research to the bottom of the deck. So there was a lot of conversation, a lot of heated debates. So I personally don't think there's probably a single best way. I think it really comes down to what's in your deck, what you've been dealt, and kind of, you know, what you have on the table as you're playing and where your opponent's at. I bet you all those people who got really heated about their particular approach all probably had that particular approach work out for them very well. And it was like, wow, light goes on. That was just a perfect play. But I bet you there's multiple perfect plays. That's my thought, though. All right, so Fire deck. We've got Moltres. We've got Ponyta, Rapidash. We got Larvestra. All right, we've got a little bit of a fire spice going on the other side here. So, I've got Kirlia, so I'm not going to play my slab yet. So I'm going to start off by playing Professor's Research. My boy Blue and another Kirlia. I'm going to go ahead and get Mewtwo EX out on the bench. I'm going to want to feed... I'm really using Mew EX for the most part as a wall. So I'm going to give my energy to Mewtwo. I'm going to hope I get a Leaf or an X speed. If not, I'll have to move an energy over there. But I'm going to hope I get a decent deal. I need a Gardevoir. But I'm not going to use Mythical Slab right now. So I have my turn. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I get streaming and talking. I forget to do all kinds of things. But then sometimes I'll just do some really silly things, and it's like, oh, I just went in the wrong order. I just need to, me personally, sometimes I need to think things through a little bit more. Moltres Inferno Dance looking to heat up the bench. 3 coin flips. 1 heads. 2 heads and a tails. Giovanni says, another way I've seen people use Slab is use 6 to 8 item supports and counting them down for better chances to draw. But I think that whales you place... Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Kirlia. I'm not going to play Mythical Slab because whether I get Gardevoir this turn or next turn is not really going to help me out. So I might as well get one more card coming my way first before I use it. I'm looking at 2 Moltres EX, a Rapidash, and we're looking at the A1A version of Rapidash, which is the 40/100. And then we got a Volcarona. All right. So where do I want to go with this? I'm not going to bail out my opponent with their 2 energy retreat. And I'm not looking at an attack there. So I think what I'm going to do right now is assign this energy to Mewtwo. And I'm gonna wait till they start attacking. We're looking at discard 2 energy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn. Alright, so let me take a look at chat here. Peter says, use Pokeball first to get basic Pokemon while thinning out the deck. Use Professor to further thin it out, and then use it. That was one of the more common approaches that was mentioned, Peter. You need your evolution on that turn. Survive that turn. Possible psychic Pokemon. Yeah, and what you just said is exactly what happened. All right. Unfortunately, I just lost that card, but... And of course, look at that, I pulled Gardevoir. Volcarona comes through in the clutch. That was a clutch attack by Volcarona. I'm going to go ahead, now I'm going to need a Ralt, so I'm going to go ahead and play it right now. Yeah, oh no, it's Professor's Research to the bottom of the deck. Now, I wouldn't have been able to play Gardevoir till this turn. And so, unfortunately, Aquilia was a marked target. I tried to not help my opponent out by using Sabrina, but in that particular case, that was just a great play by my opponent. Well done. I could have used blue, though. I could have saved it with blue. That would have literally made the difference. So there's a mistake on my part. I should have noticed that was going to come my way, and I could have played blue. All right, well, back to the task at hand. I'm going to assign a 3rd energy to this Mewtwo. I'm still looking for an X-Speed or Leaf. Yeah, those would be cool cards, Wada. All right, so lesson learned there. I should have thought ahead. I should have seen that. Too busy talking. But great play on my opponent's part. They caught me sleeping on that one. Just as I was pulling the Gardevoir, they got me. Blue would have saved the day. Blue, there's the benefit of blue. I also like blue if I'm retreating and I know I've got like a Hitmonlee chasing after me. I should have recognized, though. That one wasn't all that difficult to recognize. That's just a bad play on my part. Still looking for another Ralt. Got another Mewtwo EX. I'm struggling for the X speeds. So with that, I'm going to leave Mew out front. I'm going to... If I give Mew that point of energy now... Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take a 20-point shot here. I'm going to prep for retreating back since I can't get Leaf or X-Speed to show up. Yeah, the 2 retreat is kind of tough. But they're only 1 away now, so they're not too bad of a situation. Alright, so here we are. Haven't scored any points yet. I'm up against a Volcarona, 2 Moltres EX, and a Rapidash. My opponent has 1 score. Took out my Kirlia just as it was getting ready to be a Gardevoir. Stopped it in its tracks. Literally put the kibosh on my momentum. And now Moltres EX is going to try to fire up the bench. Last time my opponent flipped 2 heads out of 3. Let's see how it goes this time. 1 heads out of 3. All right. Okay, so a couple things here. Pokeball. This will pull my professor's research from the bottom of the deck back into the mix and should bring me a Ralts at the same time, and it does. So I've got Ralts now. Ralts to the bench. Got that Volcarona just probably sitting back there looking to drop an 80-point attack. So it needs 3 energy, so I at least have a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back with Mew EX. I'm going to put my Mewtwo EX into the driver spot, into the active spot. I'm going to go ahead and assign a point of energy. And with that, I'm going to attack. Now, Volcarona needs at least 2 energy assignments. Needed that Moltres EX to heat it up. Didn't happen. So I'll probably go Kirlia, and then if they're going to attack, I might have to use a blue, but I'm hoping I don't have to get to that spot. Rapid Dash to the front. Needs a second energy. Say 40 plus a coin flip to go to 100. Okay, I'm just looking through chat real quick, see if anyone... Yeah, the 2 retreat is the big con on Volcarona. All right, there's a coin flip, so there's a 130-point shot. You can't beat Blaine helping out Rapidash. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I still haven't seen Leaf or my X speed. I'm really struggling with that. Now, Mewtwo's going to have to come out from hiding. I mean, it can't stay right there, so... With that, I'm going to do a couple things, though. Well, first, I'll go ahead and play this Pokeball just to get it out of my hand. We know nothing's going to happen with it. I'm going to ask Sabrina to go ahead and move that Rapidash back. We're looking at 2 retreats, so probably Volcarona to the front. We're going to bring the other Moltres. Okay. Boy, I wish I had my Leaf right now. Where is she? She's invited to the party and hasn't shown up. So, Mew to the front. And I know that I've got trouble coming my way with that Volcarona. Probably not going to be able to hit it off, but move that energy. Oh, where'd my energy go? I was literally dropping it as a quit. So I lost my energy on top of everything else. Oh, Wada, you hear the rumor it's good to be do content 2025 because the algorithm is good for new YouTubers. Yeah, I think it probably is. I don't know how a guy like myself who, I was streaming Brawl Stars, was up to 1,400 subscribers. I thought I was on top of the world. I start diving into Pokemon TCG Pocket. And then the next thing I know, I'm at 122,000 subscribers in 2.5 weeks after Pocket came out. Roughly 2.5, 3 weeks. So, yeah, I'm sure the algorithm was doing wonders for me to... I just caught fire in Indonesia and India. All right, so we got Kirlia to the front there. Now I get the X speed, which is killing me. But we know Volcarona is ready to come forward. So this match is pretty much over. But nonetheless, I'll finish it out. Oops. Put that one there as well. Gonna play blue. And, well, I guess, yeah, Volcarona is gonna come in and... doing everything I can to move things around, but it was really not going to matter. All right. Peter, 1 Articuno EX, 2 Lapras EX, and 17 items cards use 2 Poke Decks and 2 Pokeballs. Some expert TCG Pocket players will say you only need 1 Pokedex, but I need 2 of them so I can check twice. Nice. Sounds pretty cool. And just like we were expecting, good match by my opponent. Volcarona comes through. I kind of had a little bit of a poor start on my deck. I didn't quite get things going. Mythical Slab, I tried to play it the best I could. Played it when it made sense. Didn't really help me out, though. Oh, found my channel, Subway Surfer. Yeah, I do a little Subway Surfer content. I did like an intro. And I'm also doing like the best hoverboards. So I play that a little bit on the side. I'm doing a Dredge right now. The beta test for the mobile platform. I'm really enjoying that. I'm going to live stream a whole day, or as much as I can, maybe a couple times a day it releases. It's a really fun game, but it's a single player game. Unfortunately, that's the only thing it doesn't have going for it. And then, yeah, I used to do a lot of Brawl Stars, and I even applied to be a content creator. You have to have 5,000 subscribers. I think at the time I applied, I was at 7,000, but I wasn't accepted for the program, so I kind of got disenchanted, and I haven't played Brawl Stars since. And I've just been diving into TCG Pocket. I am going to cover Sonic Rumble, which is like a 32-player party game. It's kind of like playing Fall Guys. It's been out for months and months in different areas. As a matter of fact, I think it's already out like in Indonesia. I follow the Discord channel. They had their Thanksgiving event. They had a Christmas event. They're doing all these fun, cool things with skins and everything else. But unfortunately, I'm in the U.S. and it hasn't been released globally yet to come to the U.S. So that'll be the other game I'll be doing. Okay, so I got a Mewtwo EX to the front, Mew EX to the bench, got a slab so I can kind of look at how things are going and figure out when I want to use it. All right. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, the reason I did, I had never played Subway Surfers. And then when I found out it had multiple billions of downloads since like 2012, and the game is pretty well done, and it got all kinds of fun things to do. I was like, how did I miss this game for so many years? All right, so here I am. I need a Ralts. But I think before I play the slab, I think I'll use Professor's Research. Because maybe the Ralts will be there. A Leaf and a Pokeball. Now I need a Ralts. Pokeball makes sense to play before Mythical Slab, because I'm going to get something. It's either going to be a Ralts or a Mew or Mewtwo. So I got the Ralts. Now I'm sitting on Gardevoir. Now I could play it this turn, but I can wait to see what I draw next turn for Kirlia and then play it. So I think I'm going to wait one turn and then play Mythical Slab. So all of that to end my turn, and we're going to get started. If you can get into a beta of some sort, Wata, that's the way to go, because then you can establish yourself as a content creator and pick up subscribers early and kind of be a go-to source for it. All right, 2 Mythical Slabs. Goodness, oh my goodness. Well, let's test this out. So I'm still going to play Professor's Research first, because I really, really need my Kirlia. So let's start there. Sabrina and X-Speed. All right, did it help? So let's try now. Mythical Slab. Looking for Kirlia. Yes, we will take it. Look at that. We'll take that card. I'm going to go ahead and play it down. Now I got a Gardevoir, so I'm going to hold on to my other mythical slab for a little bit to see what makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and move this energy over here to Mewtwo EX. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. Yeah, so if you can pick up a beta game, it'll go a long ways. Oh, here comes Misty. Let's see how Misty does. I even think Pokemon TCG Pocket still a lot of opportunity, but the space, there's a lot more content creators than there was like at the end of October when I first started. Whoa, six heads in a row. I could never do something like that. That's just ridiculous. Never do something like that. All right, Peter, some YouTube vids I've seen don't even use polka dots in their psychic decks. Okay, the Pokedex. Interesting. All right, well, we know we've got Gardevoir ready to go. Goodness. That Gyarados is mad and ornery looking. I'm going to use Pokeball. Actually, no, I'm going to use Mythical Slab first, because if I send Professor's Research to the back, or my boy Blue, I'm going to go ahead and use a Pokeball now to at least reshuffle it. Okay, put another Mewtwo EX down. I'm going to go ahead and give this active energy there. I'm going to go ahead and move this other energy over to my other Mewtwo. I'll let them work on bringing their wall back using a leaf or something. So with that, I'm going to end my turn. Oh, they didn't have it. Okay. So I'm going to go for the trade maybe. So right now what I'm going to do... I'm going to go ahead. Gardevoir is going to give this active energy. So we're looking at taking out that one. We know Gyarados is coming to the front. And with a Giovanni can take me out. But I'm going to also use... So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those two forward. I'm going to ask Sabrina to help out. They can either give up a Froakie, they can swap their wall and have no energy. Yeah, it's not really going to matter. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how this plays out. All right, early lead, but that big O 7 energy Gyarados coming forward. Let's see how this plays out. KC sitting on a 7 energy Gyarados EX. Another Magikarp to the bench. I've got Blue Leaf and X Speed. Expecting the King of the Sea to attack here. All right, so at this point, bring this to the front. Gonna all come down to Giovanni. Gonna put this Ralt on the bench. I'm gonna go ahead and send this energy forward. Use this energy forward. And I'll use blue. And with that, we'll do a Psychic Sphere. Okay, good match on this one. Bringing the wall to the front. Second Gyarados. Now where's the second Misty? Alright, well, I have no need to attack. So I might as well go ahead and play this Kirlia. Go ahead and assign this energy. And with that, I'll put this energy over here on Mew. And I'll end my turn. My opponent only has water energy, so I don't have any threat with Druddigon attacking. Yeah, that's what they want. I'm going to avoid that little rough skin. I'm actually kind of curious how this plays out. Okay, so Gardevoir, energy to Mew, 2 EX in the active spot. I'm going to give Mew another energy point. I'm going to ask Sabrina to help out. So there's only one of them coming my way. So the question is are they sitting on a Giovanni? Guess we're going to find out. If they got a Giovanni, they got the game. If they don't have a Giovanni, they don't have it. Oh, but they get a Greninja. Perfect timing on the Greninja. Yep, they can't beat that. Great job by an opponent. Perfect timing to pull their Greninja. And they're going to win the match. Good job, opponent. Greninja to the rescue. So I was sitting at a 170 point attack either way. I guess I could have held back, but I gambled. Yeah, that Greninja did it for them. I could have just sat back. Maybe I should have just sat back and waited to see for them to come forward. But that 180, either way, that 180 Gyarados was coming forward. And I just wasn't in striking distance either way. So I thought, maybe I'll try it sooner than later, and maybe, if I waited longer, Greninja was probably going to show up for sure, so that's why I thought I'd go for it while I did. But oh well, that was a good match. Alright, so Mythical Slab. Playing a Psychic deck to test out Mythical Slab tonight. Overall, I'm not overly impressed personally, but it's probably because I don't have the full grasp of the most perfect way to play it. But I think I'd probably leave one in my deck. Maybe two. I think I just have to play it a little bit more to kind of get used to it. I'm starting to see some patterns where I can at least say, oh, it makes sense to play it now, or it doesn't make sense to play it now. But thank you everyone for joining Mythical Slab Night. Alright, with that, I'll start the battle. Mew EX in the active spot. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half into stream. Things are going pretty good. Depending on where I'm at the top of the hour. I usually like to stream for 2 or 3 hours. Usually about my limit. So we at least got another half hour. Perhaps another hour and a half. We'll see how it's going. I'd really like to come away with this with a better grasp of Mythical Slab. More so than what I have right now, which is still kind of rudimentary. Alright. So, let's start with a Pokeball. Because I need something on my bench. And I would hate for me to send something to my bench or to the bottom of the deck. So I got Ralts now. I do need a Kirlia to, or I could use another bench Pokemon. But I'm going to wait a turn. I'm going to kind of wait to the point where I actually have to use it so that I can draw one more card first. Just in case. And then play it. Hitmonlee sitting in the front. So I'm going to ask Sabrina to help out. Love that Hitmonlee card. Love that Marshadow deck I was playing last night. I just really enjoyed that deck. Marshadow to the front. Gonna go ahead and assign this energy here. Holding off on using the slab. And I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Alright. But the slab I'm gonna play soon. Okay, it's like you rushed in and invaded their castle, but their Knights Crusader. Yep, exactly, Peter. Yep. All right. Aerodactyl. So the other night, I like have bad dreams about Aerodactyl EX. It was just literally, I think I cleaned house on my deck when I was playing. It was that 80-point shot. It was just, it was tough. All right, so see, if I played my Mythical Slab last turn, I would have pulled Kirlia, which is what I was going to get anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do the evolution. I'm going to wait till the next card comes and then play it after I draw a card. I don't need to do anything else. Go ahead and add a second energy to Mew. And with that, we'll throw another 40-point side shot. We take down Marshadow. So at least one thing I've learned is I want to draw first. Especially if I have the evolution in my hand. I want to wait till I'm kind of stuck. I don't have that evolution. All right, here comes Aerodactyl. Here comes these 80-point shots. With the bonus, 90. That's a nice attack. Okay, here is where I need... I'm going to use the Pokeball first. We'll take that. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bench. We know Mew EX is going to have to retreat. So I'm going to go ahead and use my X speed. Just because it's a 1 energy. It doesn't make sense to use Leaf. I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I'm going to put Mewtwo EX to the front. I'm going to try to buy myself a little bit of time here. So I'm going to assign this energy here. Now I'm going to use Mythical Slab because I really do need my Gardevoir right now. So come on, Gardevoir, where are you? Let's see what happens. Oh, how many... It seems like most of the times I've been getting these professor researches. All right, that's okay. All right, so Professor's Research to the bottom of the deck. I've already used at least one Pokeball, so he might be buried. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. So I've got a 1-0 lead. I've got an EX I'm up against. So if I can take down that EX, I'll at least score 2 points. So I need to keep that in mind. That EX probably not going to stay up in the active spot too long. You're done with playing no EX deck. Yeah, I hear you. I really enjoy right now the Golem deck. All right, so I'm looking at an 80-point shot. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and have no choice. but to get my opponent a score of 1 and not 2. So good play by my opponent. They're going to use a Pokeball. And another Pokeball. Oh, Side Duck Gengar. That sounds pretty cool. Another Marshadow to the bench. And Aerodactyl takes out the Kirlia. So we're going to bring the Mewtwo to the front. It's been a tough deal for me this match. There's the other professor's research. At least I still have one. There's the Gardevoir I needed but didn't get. I'm going to put this energy here. And with that, I'll do a dice here. Put my opponent down to 90. I got genome hacking ready to go, which would be an 80-point shot. But with a heal, I'm just out of range. And unless I get something really good right here, which I don't, basically the match is over. I'm 1 energy short to finish it off. And so with that, go ahead and concede. Good match by my opponent. Okay, yeah, I've seen people using Mythical Slab with Gengar. That could be pretty interesting. Peter says, I like my Hitmonlee Pokemon Flute against Magikarp. Yeah, if you can get... that flute is really cool if you can get it to work. I struggled. I struggled and struggled and struggled. But man, if you could get that set up, take out, bring it back to the bench, take it out again a second time. That's just plain old fun. All right, next match. So the slab so far, I see the advantage of using it. Have I been able to use it to an advantage that's worth 2 places in my 20 card deck? I'm not sure. I feel less strong with it than I do playing with my regular deck right now. But partially because I probably don't, I'm not doing this card justice. I'm just not feeling quite as strong as I normally do playing where I would have maybe a Giovanni, maybe some healing potion, something. Kirlia to the front. So overall, Mythical Slab. So let me go back to the other... Oh, I'm still on the smaller overlay. So some are going to say you absolutely, positively have to do Pokeball first, Oak second, Slab third. And then you're going to find some who are just going to argue the point and say Slab first, Oak second, Pokeball third. And then you're going to have some who are going to have some combination of either Oak, Slab, or Pokeball first, and some combination thereof. All right, so Celebi EX. This was our first match of the night. Let's start with Pokeball. Looking for a Mewtwo EX. Another Ralts. Ralts to the bench. Professor's research coming up next. And what's the professor going to bring me? Kirlia and a Mythical Slab. Alright. So, I've already got the Kirlia. I do need some help, though, with a Mewtwo. But we're short on... My opponent's not going to be able to attack yet. So I'm going to hold on to Mythical Slab for a turn. And I've got Gardevoir, too. So I've got the combo. So I'm just going to sit on this card for a moment. I do need another EX, but I'm not at risk to be attacked yet, so I'm not going to use the Slab. However, I could use it right now. I've got to assign energy. So I'm going to go ahead and use it for this reason alone. If I can get an EX card, Nope. All right, the other slab to the back of the deck. So I'm going to put this energy on Ralt. Guess it's really not going to make a difference. I'm going to just put it on the front one so I can at least get an attack in. And with that, on to the next turn. All right. Yeah, you guys are welcome to have some side matches. It's always fun to kind of try out some things back and forth. Well, my opponents got their Snivy, they got their Wall and Delmise, they got 2 Celebi EX. So they're looking pretty right now. Nice and comfy. I'm going to go ahead and do this evolution on the bench. Professor Oak, please bring me some strength. We'll take Mew EX. That's what Mew EX is here for. We'll put Mew EX to the bench. Go ahead and we're going to ask Ralts to return back. So we're going to retreat. Put our pseudo wall to the front. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and give Mew EX an energy. And throw a Psy Shot. So whittling down the Celebi EX. Got another one on the bench. Basically soaking up some grass energy. It's ready to go. A good old X speed will bring back the other Celebi EX. Or a leaf. But in this case, it's staying up front. Alright, so we've got the Gardevoir. So we have at least done a 1, 2, 3. Got the hat trick each turn to at least get to our second evolution. I'm going to go ahead and give Mew EX that second energy point. Followed by Mew EX with a third point. I'm looking at coin flips here. So I think I'm going to stay where I'm at. We got 3 coin flips. Blue's not going to buy me a lot, so I'll just go ahead and do genome hacking. And there's 1 heads, 2 heads. That's all I need. We'll take it. Genome hacking comes through. Celebi EX out. Early 2-0 lead. Okay. Other Celebi EX. 2 energy. We got Servine on the bench. Are we going to see Superior? Yes, of course. And so we know what's coming. 6 coin flips. My opponent needs 3 out of 6. If not, it's probably over. Well, no, I got a coin flip too, so 1, 2, 3. And they got it. They got exactly what they needed. In the meantime, I'm really hurting for some strength. So it'll at least be 3 coin flips. So I have no choice right now but to send my Gardevoir out into the thick of the battle. Of course, now there's the Mewtwo EX. I'm going to ask Leaf to help out with a free retreat. I'm going to do everything I can to try to salvage this. Mewtwo EX to the active spot. Gardevoir, going to go ahead and give it 1 energy. I'll assign a second energy. And with that, I will attack. So we know I'm going to have enough energy this next turn. So it's really going to come down to coin flips. My opponent's going to need 3 out of 8. So 3 out of 8 coin flips and they'll win the match. 2 or less and they lose the match. So win or lose is all coming down to this coin flips. Here we go. Let's see how this works out. 3 out of 8, they have the odds in their advantage. That heal's really going to make no difference if they don't get their 3 out of 8. Well, let's find out. How do they do? Oh, they just got it on the very last one. Just got it. Oh, bummer. It's too bad I didn't have my boy Blue available. I wanted to play him, but I didn't have anything going because I had to use Leaf to get back out of there. So, oh well, it was a good try. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Good match by opponent. They managed to come through with the coin flips when they needed it. And on to the next match. So again, Mythical Slab. Was it my savior to winning a match this last game? No. Has it been a savior to winning any of the matches so far? For my experience with it, no. But that doesn't mean it's not. It just means that I probably and maybe don't know how to play it correctly. So there's probably definitely a learning curve with it. Well, I'm giving it my best try, Wada, to... I have to admit, Mewtwo EX is my favorite deck to play. Anytime I need a win, or the 5 wins in a row, this is the deck I go to. I feel like I'm just weaker than I normally am. All right, but I've got another Mythical Slab, so we're going to test it again this turn. I'm going to go ahead and start the battle. I see conceptually where it could really help out. I just don't know if I'm not executing things right? Or what. But I don't think I'm doing the card justice, for at least. Okay. All right. Just getting caught up on conversation. TTS program. Read the comments out loud. Oh, that's pretty cool. I might have to look into that. All right. So we got a Lightning deck. Already got 2 Pikachu EX and a Zapdos EX. So we got a lot of EX coming my way. I've got my first energy point. I'm going to assign to my active Mewtwo EX. I'm missing my Ralts. I don't have a Pokeball. I don't have Professor's Research. So Mythical Slab makes sense. Right now it makes sense to use because I need something. I don't know how many times I get Professor's Research for my Mythical Slab. It's got to be like the 4th or 5th time tonight. So something about the slab pulling my Professor's Research. It's been dialed into that card. Or I have 2 of them, but dialed into that card. All right, so one of my 2 Professor's Researches is at the bottom of the deck. However, a Pokeball will at least fix that. Zapdos. Couple Pikachus. All right, I'm in my turn. Looks like an all lightning deck. We got a Pokeball, so it looks like EX Pikachu is going to have exactly what it's looking for. 3 bench members, 90 points of damage. Although they pulled the Pokeball, didn't play it, so they're holding on. Okay, so... not a lot of wholesome goodness on my hand right now. Gardevoir is really the key. Gardevoir is really the key to this whole deck. And without it, I'm going to be on the struggle bus. I've got one in my hand, but no Ralts and no Kirlia. I'm not going to use Zapdos or Sabrina on Zapdos. So with that, I'll just go ahead. I did 50, 100, 150. Yeah, it won't make a difference. Actually, I'm going to... Oop, cancel that. Cancel. I'm going to go ahead and use Sabrina. The two Pikachu EXs are the threat, so at least getting one of them whittled down. And I knew he or she would go with the one without energy. But at least I can minimize the true threats in this, what are out on the table right now. Alright, so there's a 70-point strike. No help whatsoever. It's not looking very good for me. Missing a Ralt. Going to go ahead and assign this energy. Not a whole lot else going on here. Sabrina would let me distribute some damage over to Zapdos. Either way, this other Pikachu would be down to 20. So I'll hold on to that, and with that, I'll go ahead and attack. Okay. So thanks everyone for joining tonight. Just streaming Mythical Slab. Trying to make my own personal conclusion on it. It's not all that favorable so far. But it just could be the way I'm playing it. Could be the way my deck is built. Although I took a basic Pokemon Zone deck and just removed a red card and added a second Sabrina. That's the only difference I did to the typical meta deck. Pikachu EX to the active spot. 3 on the bench, so we know we got a 90-point shot coming my way. Also know I can't absorb 2 of those. Struggling. I could have definitely used a leaf right now. X speed's going to have to be used, but also with point of energy. Would have loved to go ahead and use Sabrina. Would have loved to have a Ralt and have a little extra energy coming my way, but obviously it's not going to happen. And with that, I got to retreat. Put this one forward, and now I'm going to end my turn. All right. Okay, so been a little bit of a struggle bus these last 3 or so matches. Just not getting the hands I need. And Mythical Slab really hasn't been helping out all that much, unfortunately. Okay, Pikachu EX back to the active spot. Another 90-point attack coming. With Giovanni, make it 100. Basically, I have 2 Pokemon that are in trouble. Professor's Research. Let's see what he has going for me. Now, we've got Peck over here for 20. They need 2 energy. Go ahead and bring this 4th energy point over. I'm going to place Ralts down. And next, I'm going to go ahead and do my side drive. So that gives me the early lead, but you know, there's a huge struggle bus going on here. Zapdos to the active spot. My opponent, I'm probably just out of reach. They're just a little short energy. But I'm short energy myself. And so it's an energy race that, unfortunately, I'm not going to win. I'll go ahead and play blue. And I'm just going to fall short. Not a whole lot I can do about it. Except try to buy myself a little time. By retreating. And with that, I will put this energy over here. And in my turn, doing everything I can to hang in there. My opponent only needs one more Pokemon on their bench. There's a red card. A potion for the heal on their Pikachu EX. Another potion. So definitely a really good battle here. 10-point strike with a peck. That puts me even closer. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Pokeball. Got a Mew EX now. So Mew EX to the bench. Gonna ask Leaf to help out. Well, first I'm gonna go ahead and do a Mythical Slab. Maybe I get Gardevoir. Oh, hey, look, there's Gardevoir. We'll take it. We'll go ahead and do the evolution. That at least gives me one hit to... Gonna assign myself some energy. Don't know if that's the smartest thing I could have done. But we already know Pikachu EX has benched Lightning, so we know Mew is not really all that helpful. So I'm going to move this energy over to here. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. I'm going to try to bring Gardevoir back. Assign the Mewtwo 2 more energy. And go for my third point. So if they got Giovanni, they fall 10 short. So with this, I'm going to ask Leaf to help out. Gardevoir is barely alive. I'm going to go ahead and retreat. Gonna put the Mew to the front. And at this point, my opponent probably realizes the match is over. Assign that energy. Assign this energy. And with this, we'll attack. I was on the struggle bus, but figured out a way to make it work. Okay. Hey, Giovanni. I don't have a Discord. I'm still kind of new to all of this, so I don't have a Discord to accept deck ideas. But what I can do is I can create one. I'll probably should go ahead and do that too. In the meantime, I can put a in my community page where there's chat. I can just say, you know, like, hey, here's an area to leave deck ideas. And you definitely could suggest them in there. I'm a member of a lot of Discords, but let me make a note. I will definitely get a Discord channel created. I'll do that tomorrow before my stream tomorrow night. Let me do this here real quick. But I'll put up a community post page too as soon as we finish. Well, let's see here. What do I have going? Let's go here. Go here. You guys should see my YouTube pop up. So I'll just go over here real quick. Community. Turn on my keyboard. Oops. And with that, close that up. Let's keyboard. Please leave. I'll just have this for now. And then on top of that, all right, back to the next match. Okay. So if you have something you want to mention, Giovanni, go ahead and just drop it in there. I'll take a look at it. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Giovanni. And Peter and Wada, also known as English, are on quite a bit too, and they're all full of ideas and trying things out too. So, yeah, it would be cool to have you send things over. I'll definitely like to give them a try. That's typically what I'm doing each night, is either tackling a certain card or a certain type of deck. You know, I played one match one night I streamed Golem, and I had a Marshadow, I think, in it, and I did horrible with Marshadow. I could not figure out Marshadow's strategy. So the next night I made a stream, and I just focused on Marshadow. And, you know, Wada and Peter and I were just kind of sharing strategies on how to play that card. I ended up really liking it. So, yeah, Giovanni, if you got some suggestions, definitely post them. I'll try them out, and then we can kind of strategize and talk about what's working, what's not working. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I struggled with him the first night. The second night, I was having a blast with the Marshadow deck I was playing. As a matter of fact, here's the, well, I don't even know if I still have it. I have to delete so many things. Let's see here. So this was the deck I was playing before, where I had one Marshadow in it, and I was struggling with it. So then I came back, Fighting Spice. So this was the deck I was playing. It had two Marshadows, two Farfetch'd, one Taurus, one Mew EX, and two Hitmonlee. And then in here I had the Leaf Budding Expeditioner Giovanni, two Sabrinas, two Giovannis, and two Professor's Research, two Pokeballs, two X Speeds. I had a blast playing this deck right here. And strategizing with Peter and Wada, you know, they pointed out, hey, if you should bring a Budding Expeditioner to this Mew, since I got Mew. That was a big help. But I had a total blast playing this Fighting Spice deck. So yeah, if you have suggestions, send them over. So if you go to my community page, so let me show you again. So if you go back to, you go into YouTube, and you go to the Budget Gamer page, and then you should see Homes, Video, Short Lives, Playlists, and Community. And if you tap on Community, you should be able to reply right there. All right. Let me go ahead and move on to the next match. Okay, so Slab actually won that game for me. That Slab allowed me to evolve to Gardevoir, which allowed me to soak up the Pikachu EX hit, which then allowed me to shuffle and dance around with some retreats and win that match. So, first match, Slab sole card that made it work. Okay. All right, here we go. Mew EX to the active spot. I've got a slab, so that'll be fun. I've got a Kirlia, a blue Sabrina, and with that, I'll start the battle. Froakie, Greninja. Are we going against, say, Greninja Gyarados? I love playing that deck. That was a fun deck. And Gyarados made a huge splash, pardon the pun, on the tournament meta last weekend. I looked at the top played tournament, 1,529 competitors. And I'll continue that comment in a moment. So I really need a Ralt. Blue's not going to help me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and play this Mythical Slab right now. If I can get Ralt started one time sooner. Nope. Sabrina to the bottom of the deck. And I'll go ahead and assign one energy. And attack with a side shot. So 1,529 competitors in Ursa Day's Pocket tournament. I looked at the top 3% placing decks, which was 46 decks in all. Of the 46 decks, there were 22% of them were Pikachu EX, 24% were Mewtwo EX, and 44% were Gyarados EX decks. And out of those 20, it was 20 decks in total were Gyarados. 17 of them were with Druddigon. The other 3 were with Starmie. All right, so Mewtwo EX to the bench. Still missing my Ralts. I'm going to go ahead and give Mew an energy. Just because I'm not sure. I probably could have done that different, but I'll do a side shot. Okay. All right. Good conversation tonight. Giovanni, I'm looking, I'll look forward to your posts. Take a look at things. It's definitely fun to try out different decks and then kind of share thoughts and strategize. The best way also when you come up against those decks, if you've played them, you kind of know what to expect. All right, we got Greninja in the front. My poor opponent only has one Pokemon. Not that I'm doing all that much better. But that was a good hit on their part. 60 points of damage. I'm going to go ahead and retreat Mewtwo EX to the active spot. I'm going to go ahead and assign an energy to Mewtwo EX. And with that, I am going to attack Psychic Sphere. Down to 70 points. I'm sure my opponent is wondering what's going on their hand. There's a Giovanni. So they're going for a 70-point strike to put that 60-point. Double damage coming here. So Mew down to 20. And they're 70. They're within this. Single Greninja holding it down. My goodness. And there's not a whole lot I can do. This is a pretty amazing match on my opponent's part. All right, well, I can't take him out. I'm one energy short. So I'm only going to be able to do 50 points. I've got a double KO coming my way. I'm trying to figure out the best method here. I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and use Leaf and retreat. so that I can only take a smaller hit of damage. I can get another energy and come back into this. I'm on the struggle bus, but I'm fighting this. And can't play anything else because I played Leaf. I'll end my turn. Alright, so I'm redistributing that 60 point of damage. Oh no, my poor opponent. They still don't have anything. Oh man. They have not pulled one card. They're up 2-0. They got a heck of a battle going. And they pull it off with a win. I tried to redistribute things around, but I was just a little too weak. Great job by my opponent. What a match. That'll be one they remember for a long time. Greninja single-handedly takes out a Mewtwo EX and a Mew EX. That's almost embarrassing on my part, but I didn't get much. I did not get much to work with on that one. I tried my best to avoid that. Oh, okay, yeah. What do you need? What do you need to? Let's see here. I'll accept friend invites. So, let's see. Budget Live, okay. Let's all join in there real quick and swap things around. Versus random match. Oop. Private match. All right, so I connected into level 45 Ditto. All right. I don't know who that is, but let's find out. I know I have some other people watching, so that's cool. Oh, Ditto is Peter. Oh, okay. All right. So let's see here. So now we can we'll battle Peter, and then let's just battle for fun, and then we can do the friends. All right. Oh, I'll place this other one down. And so this is pretty cool. You can actually, if you wait a little bit, you can see what I've got in my hand too. So this will be fun. Yeah, we'll just add after battle. Yep. Yep, good thought, Wada. And Giovanni, if you're still on, we can do the same too. Marshadow to the front. Great card. Professor Oak helping my friend Peter out. I'm gonna bring him a couple cards. Hitmonlee to the bench. Okay, I'm just missing my Ralts. I'm gonna use this Mythical Slab. See if it buys me a Ralts. Oh, Leaf. Leaf to the bottom of the deck. Mewtwo EX with the point. And with that, I'll end my turn. Okay, Professor's research. Peter sitting on a lot of cards. Well, X-Speed going to bring Marshadow to the back. Revenge is a beautiful attack, sitting on the bench and ready for revenge. Yep, looks like he's got what he needs for Marshadow. And that was what I made the mistake the first time, is I didn't give enough credit to Marshadow, so I never put that point of energy down, which I should have. All right. 2 Kirlias, 2 Gardevoirs, no Ralts. All right. Mewtwo, gonna start it off. Giovanni's waiting, all right. Hitmonlee's on the definitely damaged. Ditto thinking through what's going to happen next. Peter can also look at my hand. Just has to look at the screen. For 6 Pokemon Fortune Trainer. Okay. So let's test out Mythical Slab. Let's see. So far, it sent Leaf to the bottom of the deck and Blue to the bottom of the deck. All right. Well, it's a good thing I have a Pokeball to use to at least fix that. At this point, it's not looking too good for Ditto, but Ditto's going to have a nice 100-point shot coming up here against the EX, so... There's a nice bit of damage coming my way. But I'm going to return the favor, and the other Marshadow is not going to have enough energy to pull another revenge. All right, Giovanni. There's a great strike by Marshadow. Hey, I finally got a Ralts. Ralts to the bench. And Mewtwo EX. And with that, we'll go ahead and do a side drive. I got the wounded Mewtwo EX sitting there. I love the Venusaur playmat and the card backs. Those are really cool. All you need, one Farfetch to make it happen. That's going to tie it up. Good play by my opponent, Ditto. Ties it up at 2-2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this Mewtwo to the front. I'm going to ask Professor's Research to help out. Let's see what he's got in store for me. He could get that Hitmonlee could go after, yep. Fortunately, though, I'm going to be able to kind of boost up my weakness back there on the bench. And with that, we'll put that energy there. Put this other Ralts down. Not that it's going to go that far. And with that, I'll end my turn. I enjoyed playing Farfetch'd the other night. Farfetch'd, a great card. 1 energy, 40 point. Just pressure right out of the gate. This is that little onion slap over and over again. All right, look at there. Getting close. Carnivore, gonna go ahead and pop up into the spot. Second energy there. We've got a 40-point strike, a 40-point strike, and a Hitmonlee strike. Kirlia over there. Professor's Research to help out a little bit more. Mew EX to the bench. And with that, we will 40-point strike. go ahead and put this energy here. One way or the other, we'll get this over quick. Tied at 2, close match. Another Farfetch'd ready to come in and step up. Ditto doing a great job of distributing damage around. But only unfortunate part is Mewtwo's got a big hit coming up. But still really impressive, moving all that damage around. Asking Sabrina, because he knows what's coming. So I think what I'll do here is, I want to play something well, and all of them have one retreat, so we'll go ahead and put Mew EX to the front. Doing everything, buying time. Good 40-point strike. Alright, so the XP to Mew. Mew's going to go ahead and come back. This guy's going to go to the front. And let's do this here for energy. Just get this done. Good match. Good match, Peter. You did really well. Good job distributing your damage around, too. Alright. There's Ditto. And friend request. Okay. We're here. Friends. Approved. Ditto. Oh, other player has reached their friend limit. Okay, so I guess Ditto, you'll have to let me know when you have someone removed and I'll try it again. Okay, so Giovanni, let me scroll back through chat real quick. I saw the passcode. Giovanni PQPS8. Oh, okay. All right, Giovanni, I'm headed your direction. PQP. All right, assuming I read that right. It's it looks like it says PQP S8O. Are you there, Giovanni? Unless he went to mine or to the other one we were using. All right, so while real quick, let me go ahead and finish this friend. All right, gotcha, Peter. Cool. All right, Giovanni, you still there? And if anyone else, I know I have some others on the stream. If anyone else wants a friends, go ahead and let me know. I don't know if we lost Giovanni or not. I tried his passcode, didn't work. I'll give him a moment. If not, Wada, I'll head towards you. And then we'll continue on with a little more Mythical Slab. I'm not here. Okay, well, let's just go ahead. I'll catch back up with Giovanni. All right, Wada, here I come. All right. right, so we're just, if you're just joining, we're just exchanging some friend codes. Basically playing a match to invite each other as friends. Tonight I've been playing the Mythical Slab, trying to determine my own personal opinion on it. I read a lot of things today, and people have a lot of very heated debates over this card. I play Mewtwo EX quite a bit, and I don't think I'm doing the card justice. It hasn't really been that effective for me. It won me one match. I can say there's one match where it made the difference. Where I can think of matches where a Sabrina or a Professor Oak or something like that has a bigger impact to my win-loss. All right. Well, Wada, you have the amazing card back, so that's really cool. All right, so we're looking, okay. Here you go, Wada. Fire up Misty. I hope you get a whole bunch of hits. Oh no, you're coin flipping like I do. Okay. I got Ralts in the front. We got a Staryu in the front. Wada's first, Misty failed him. That's how she treats me all the time. All the time she treats me like that. Although the coin flips yesterday, I was a little bit more to the positive than I was to the negative. Okay. Oh, there you are, Giovanni. I was in, but it said, unless I typed the passcode wrong. I went in, but it didn't find you, so we'll try again right after this match. Okay. Boy, what do I got going here? A little bit of a mess, I want to say. So, I've got Kirlia, I've got a blue, and I've got Gardevoir. But I don't have really anything going on. So with that, I'm going to ask Blue to help out a little bit. Since I'm the only one, poor old Ralts is the only one there. Here comes a whopping 10-point ram. Oh, okay. No worries. I'll catch you this next one. Misty again. Wada, you're killing me. Back to back. Oh no. Oh no. Back to back tails. Oh. Wada, you have my luck. That's exactly how Misty treats me almost every match. Oh, man. All right, well, I finally got something to put on the bench. And I got Kirlia. So, with that, it only makes sense for me to retreat. Mew to the active spot. And I'm going to move this energy over. And with that, I will side shot back. And in my turn. I'm actually looking at my facial recognition system. I've got my iPhone mounted about a foot higher than where I'm keeping my iPad to play. And I'm trying to figure out... I've been playing around with my ooh, nice strike by Starmie. Trying to figure out where the best position is to catch capture my face as much as possible. All right. Got Gardevoir here. And I'm going to go ahead and use a slab since that's what we're here for tonight. Yeah, you're Misty. XP to the bottom. So with that said, I'm going to at least put this here. I'll just do this. All I can do, you need another basic. Come on, Wada. There we go. At least give you something. Starmie EX closing it out on my Mew. 2-0. And you got the boy Blue as well. He's my fave. I don't have a whole lot going on with my hand. It's not like I'm playing anything goofy. I've got a horrible hand. I'm on the struggle bus. We're both on the struggle bus. Professor's research, he should help out. You just need one more card. One more. There we go. That 40 point will do it. Nice, nice. I need something. Oh, you're killing me. I got a whopping Ralts. Where are all my strength cards at on this again? Well, we know that this needs to go forward. On the struggle bus. Well, you got me. Go ahead and do this. You had the brick hand. I think I had even worse. It was not looking good for you at first, Wada, but I got absolutely nothing. There we go. There's the old heavy hitter. Good match. And we'll get this friend accepted. Good job, Wada. Yeah, what a struggle bus my deal was. And Mythical Slab did not help me at all. But yeah, thanks for the game. Hey, what happened to my friend chance? Did I pass by it by accident? Oh, I was going to send it as well. Okay, all right, I gotta go back up to Giovanni's. Let's see. Back to matches. And I know I have some others on, so if anyone else wants to link up with a friend invite, let me know. Once trading comes out, you know, we can all get online, do a stream, and strategize what we want to trade. So it's definitely good to have some type of online presence with some people. We just get a stream going, and I plan to do that. I plan to have some trading streams. Okay, so Giovanni, I just got to scroll back up. There it is. Oh, I got a typo. Hold on. Let's try that. That should work better. All right. So, Giovanni, I'm using the code you provided. He must have somebody else maybe now. All right. If anyone else, I know I've got a few other concurrent users on. Tonight we're just viewing Mythical Slab, trying to make a conclusion. So far, my conclusion is one, I'm probably not good enough to use it because it really hasn't, except for one match, made a big difference for me. I conceptually get the idea. I've got my small overlay now. I see some people who basically say, you absolutely, positively must play Pokeball first, Oak second, Professor's Research, and Slab third. And the reason is because you want to pull as many cards to get as many Pokemon as you can, or Slab's only for Psychic. That way, when you play Slab, your odds of pulling a Psychic Pokemon is greater. Now, on the other hand, there are people who are saying absolutely positively, you don't know what you're doing unless you play Slab first, Oak second, Pokeball third. And the reason is because if Slab does you wrong, and it sends a great card like a Professor's Research to the bottom of your pack, your deck, your Pokeball will at least reshuffle your hand, and you can retrieve that card. All right, I'm going to try again, Giovanni. And so that's the two primary thoughts, are those first two that I listed. And then there were some people who were very forceful in their conversation on Oak first or Slab, Oak Slab or Slab Pokeball. All right, do I have the code wrong? Giovanni, you probably can see it on the screen. PQPS80. All right, just waiting. I'll try one more time. Scrolling back up to the passcode again. There we go. All right, we're in business. All right, my third friend invite coming up with a good little match before that. Peter, maxed out. I'm far. I think only friends I have so far is really just my son plays, my grandson plays, my girlfriend's son. I think that's about it for my friends. All right, Raltz, my only one to the active spot. No worries, Giovanni. It's nice to see some activity going on. So, I think when we get trading going, I'll be hosting just some live trading streams. Probably I'll host one the moment trading releases. Probably when we get an idea, normally it's like 10 p.m. Pacific West Coast time. I'll just open a stream, call it trading, and just let people connect in and they can make trades. Hopefully trading is friendly. Mew EX to the bench. I got 2 Mythical Slabs. I really could use a Raltz. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use one right now so I could play it if I get it. Looks like I'm going to send my girl Leaf to the bottom of the deck, unfortunately. But I've got a second Mythical Slab. And there's some saying you must play it at the very beginning. And some say you should play it at the end. So I sent Leaf and Sabrina to the bottom of the deck. And with that, I end my turn. All right, so we got another Mewtwo EX, so we got a mirror match going. Giovanni's got a Mewtwo EX in the active spot with a Mew on the bench. I've got a Mew on the bench and a Ralts in the active spot. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a little switcheroo here. But boy, Blues decided to show up. I know I'm going to spend this energy, and Curly has also 1 energy, so I'll go ahead and get the evolution done first. Gonna go ahead and retreat back. Gonna put my Mew into the active spot. And with that, I'm gonna ask Blue, since I've got Blue, let's have Blue go ahead and help out right now. And with that, I'll end my turn. Giovanni sitting on Mew EX 1 energy. Mewtwo EX. Professor's Research. 2 more cards to his hand. Pokeball. 7 cards in his hand now, so he's got a nice healthy hand. Second Mew EX to the bench. Second energy to Mewtwo EX. And a Psychic Spear. Smack down on Mew EX. Okay. So I've got my my evolution off to a flying start. But unfortunately, I'm a little weak on what I got in front of me. And with that, I will attack. So genome hacking is in the queue for me. Mewtwo EX with a 4 energy side drive. Might want to, possibly he might be considering a retreat. Just to remove that ability for me to smack for 150. Gonna go ahead and energize up the Mew EX. He has the necessary energy if he wants a retreat. Gonna use X speed so he can save a little energy. And he's going to do that. Smart move. And a side shot back. So I wonder what happens if you genome hack on a genome hack. You probably don't do anything except a side shot. But you know what? This is one of these times I just got to find out. So I got another Ralts, so Ralts to the bench. I'm down to 70 health. We're looking at another 50-point attack coming my way. We've got... So this is what I think I'm going to do. So I have no choice. I'm just, my curiosity has to have me. I want to see what happens with Mew EX. I'm going to bring this energy over here to... Actually, I'm going to go to Gardevoir. With that, I'm going to do genome hacking on a genome hacking. That's what I thought. It was just going to be a 20-point attack. Alright, so that's confirmed and in the books. Alright, Giovanni. Time to bring the smack down. Pokedex. Gonna take a look. Now he knows what to do with that Mythical Slab. If the Pokedex didn't show what he needed, he wouldn't have played it. So there's the advantage of having a Pokedex as a card. Returns a attack, 20 for 20. So I'm on the struggle bus. I need some bench help. I can't get it going. Come on, Professor Oak, help me out. Ugh. All right, Pokeball, you've got to help me out. There we go. So Mew to the bench. I'm going to save my X speed. I'm sitting on 3 energy. Anything I move Mew back to the front, I would have an energy to assign. Most likely. Would I use an X speed coming back? Maybe. I'm going to hold on to that X speed for now. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I'm going to put my Mewtwo EX into the active spot. Now I'm going to ask Gardevoir to help out. And I'm going to go ahead and put this energy here. I know Mew's got that genome hacking, so I just have to beat Mew to that hit. And there's an attack right there. So Mew EX is now jeopardized. There's Kirlia on the bench. Another Mew EX with a point of energy. Budding Expeditioner, beautiful move, pulling Mew EX back to the hand, back to the deck, and the other Mew EX steps up. Pokeball. Giovanni's dialed in. He's playing an amazing game so far. Doing great. I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy here. My move this turn is pretty straightforward. And with that, oh no! My finger slipped. I hit the wrong attack. Oh well. That was supposed to be a side drive for 150, but instead it was a Psychic Spear for 50. Well, that's what happens. Good move there. And there's a great attack there. Good job, Giovanni. Take advantage of my goof up. And with that, I'm definitely in trouble at this point, so it doesn't matter. This is more for just getting a friend, so I'll just do that. I wish I wouldn't have done that. I hit the wrong thing with my finger. Just going to go ahead and return the genome hacking. Put this Mew to the... And all of this energy is not going to really be a big difference. All right, that time I made sure to hit the right button, or the right one. So that ties it up at 2, but unfortunately my Mew's only at 50. Gardevoir needs 3 energy. If you can get another Gardevoir, you're there. Yes. Look at that. Perfect. Good game, Giovanni. You got that Gardevoir. You put it down just in time. All right. And my goof up in the beginning. Great match. All right. Let's see if I can make sure I don't miss. There we go. Got the friend request sent that time. All right. Good job, Giovanni. And already got it, so good. All right, so Mythical Slab. So I think that was a good demonstration on Giovanni's part of having the Pokédex tag teamed up. Now, Giovanni, question for you. Do you have one Pokédex and one slab? Or are you running 2 of each? Or say some combination thereof? How do you have yours set up? I'm kind of curious if you're running 2 and 2, 1 and 1, or maybe some combination of 1 and 2. In the meantime, well, we'll look for an answer from Giovanni. Got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes left, and then I'll be wrapping up the stream. So I'm just going to play a few more matches. Oh, yeah, that was a misclick. Yep, that was a misclick on my part. So let me just type misclick. All right, so let's go ahead. So I think Mythical Slab has some potential. I think the more complex the decks become, the less comfortable I feel with it. But I think my strengths are with just a simple decks that have very straightforward. Do this, that, and the other, and you're done. All right, Mewtwo EX. All right. Everyone, anyone else? We got some more. I know I have other people on listening in. If anyone else is interested in trying another match, got Giovanni playing the same deck. Everyone just kind of testing out Mythical Slab tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end this battle. Or, excuse me, start my turn, not end the battle. So I'm sitting on a Sabrina, Mythical Slab, Professor's Research, Cardoir, and Sabrina again. So I'm not going to pull and use a Mythical Slab yet. I want to see if Professor Oak brings me something. So on the options here on my overlay, the fact that, some people say Pokeball first. I'm not following that suit. Not that I even have a Pokeball. So I got a Mew EX. I could definitely use a Ralts right now. So right now I'm going to play the Slab. And I'm sending Professor's Research to the bottom of the deck yet again. That's happened more than any other card. End turn. Okay. My opponent, Bill with a Pidgey, doing the flop for 20. Plus. Okay. Another Mythical Slab. So I'm going to go ahead and assign an energy over to Mewtwo EX. I really could use a Ralts right now. So here I go. Let's see if it buys me any help this time. There we go. One turn earlier, I could have my Ralts to put on the bench. That means I have Gardevoir active, assuming I don't get red carded, one turn sooner. And with that, I'll end my turn. All right, so this will be, I would say, the second occurrence of Mythical Slab actually giving me a direct benefit where I say, yeah, that really made a difference. Only 2 times out of the last, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. All right, gonna go ahead and upgrade Ralts to Kirlia. Gonna assign my second energy to Mewtwo EX. Got a Pidgeotto in front of me, so we know what's coming. So at this point, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Leaf to pull back my Mewtwo EX. I'm going to put my Mew up in front. And with that, I'm going to end my turn. Expecting Pidgeot EX to pop up. Now, an extra 20 points for each bench Pokemon. And there it is. Beautiful looking card. 2-star. Just an amazing looking card. There's the third energy, Giovanni as well. They got a good range of damage right here. Boom. Bill takes the early 2-0 lead. Probably feeling pretty good about things. But unfortunately, I've been dealt just a little bit better of a hand. Mewtwo to the bench. We'll see the concede maybe come here momentarily. Well, they got 150. I guess what am I talking about? They still got another whole attack. I was thinking Pidgeot. I only have one of them. I was thinking it was weak against Psychic, but it's not. All right, good match on their part. I wasn't even 100% paying attention on that one. And it's over. Good match. Okay. All right, so we got some good conversation going on. Let me go ahead and hit proceed. Good match by an opponent. I know we have some others on watching. If anyone else wants to join in, just say hi. And let me do this. So, I don't know. They could... Oh, wait. I'm looking right now. Just catching up on chat. Looks like we got some good... Oh, Giovanni, I run one Pokedex, 2 slabs. Okay. Okay. That's what I was wondering. Thanks for the information, Giovanni. All right, another battle. Mythical Slab. We got everyone on who's been participating in chat, playing matches with it. I know I have some others kind of lurking in the background. That's cool. That's fine. But if you're interested in joining in, just feel free to give us a shout out and a passcode and we'll connect in. Mew EX to the front. All right, I got 2 mythical slabs to test out. My boy Blue. So we're gonna go ahead and try the first one. I don't have anything to play. I could definitely use a Ralts. I got a Gardevoir, so it's gonna go to my hand. And try this again. So not a huge impact, but brought me something. And a Ralts. So there we go. Here is the second time in a row Mythical Slab has helped me out. Matter of fact, it's lined me up for a 1-2-3 evolution. Assuming I don't get red carded. Articuno EX. Oh, goodness. Misty. Let's see what Misty has in store for me. My opponent, Professor's Research to start things out. All right. Gonna go ahead and get my evolution going. Kirlia. Gonna go with Professor's Research. Return the favor. My opponent just used one. Got another Gardevoir and a Mewtwo EX. So I'm gonna put Mewtwo EX on the bench. I've already played both my Mythical Slabs. Mythical Slabs brought me a Ralts and a Gardevoir. It basically brought me my full evolution. So it's working out amazing on this one. Okay, so next, let's go ahead. What I'm going to do next. Going to have to retreat anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 energy on Mew EX. Go ahead and fire off a little bit of damage on this Articuno EX. Just a little bit of damage, but maybe I can whittle away for a couple of turns. My opponent is in some desperate need of some bench Pokemon. Second energy, so at least have Ice Wing ready to go. There's Misty. She gonna kill me? Tails! Alright. 40 points of damage. We'll take a Tails on a Misty right out of the gate. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do the evolution to Gardevoir. I got genome hacking basically ready to go. So I got an 80-point blizzard at least I can leverage, so I might as well go for that. I'm going to put the other Mewtwo EX onto the bench. And with that, I'm going to do a genome hacking. For Blizzard. It's an 80-point shot, plus the other 20. So Articuno's down to 40. My opponent really needs some help on the bench. Definitely on the struggle bus. Hopefully they get some help. Oh, it looks like I just lost my screen. Let me there. Put it back. So they got a Staryu and an Eevee. So we're looking at an Articuno EX, Starmie EX, Vaporeon deck. Is probably what we're up against here. All right, so they brought me down to 50. Now, I'm not going to sacrifice Mew EX and give away 2 points. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and retreat. I'm going to retreat to the bench. I'm going to bring a Mewtwo EX to the active spot. Assign one of my energy, and then also ask Gardevoir to help out. Alright, and they conceded. Okay. I think I have time for at least another match, and then depending if we still have quite a few viewers on, I'll continue on. Alright, Mythical Slab. I would say 3 or 4 times now in the 3 hours I probably have played 20-some matches. I would say 3 times that it made a big difference in me coming away with a victory, a win. But the other I've probably averaged maybe say 20, 22, 24 matches. The rest of them, I don't think it's really helped out all that much. However, most of the help has come here late in the last half hour or so. So maybe after 3 hours of playing this deck, maybe I'm actually starting to understand the strategy of it a little better. I think the most important aspect, if I go back over to my small chat overlay, is I don't think when someone says you only play at Pokeball Oak Slab, and if not, you're silly. And when someone says, oh no, you're only silly if you play Slab, if you don't play Slab Oak Pokeball in that order, I think the reality is it's multiple ways. It really comes down to what you have in your hand, what your opponent has, what you've been dealt. And then, you know, Giovanni has shown us, and had a match with him where teaming up with the Pokédex card, so you can actually take a look at what's coming up. You can make your decision. But real quick, let's just review the benefit of that. Let me send a thanks to my opponent. Oh, it's probably not going to find it because it's got the hyphen. So let me just do this. So here's the card right here. So you're going to look at the top 3 cards on your deck. So that kind of gives you some clarity. You're like scrying into your deck. And you can see the next 3 cards of when it would make sense. Because you wouldn't want to, if you had Professor Oak and a Sabrina, you may not want to send those to the bottom of your deck. But if you see that, oh, okay, I need a Ralts and Ralts is 2 away, well, then you wait. So I think that's really the key, is you need that Pokédex card to go along hand in hand with the Mythical Slab. Now, do you just go with one of those cards and then sit on yours, or do you have 2 and 2? If I was to look at my deck, let me go over to my deck real quick. If I had to give up something, let's say I wanted to go 2 and 2. I wouldn't want to give up any Pokeball, and I wouldn't want to give up any Professor's Research. But what I did do is I did swap out the typical Mewtwo EX, highest tier, with one red card, and I gave myself a Sabrina. So what if I take my Sabrina away, and then I go ahead and add in this Poke card. Now I would at least have it in a deck. So let me go ahead and try that. Now I have Leaf, I have Blue. I think I'm going to do one more thing for now, just so that I can test it a little better. I'm going to go ahead and remove Blue. And then I'll add a second one of these, so I can try it out a little better. I'll see how my opinion, if my opinion changes, by having the Pokédex card. Okay? Let me dive back into a match. And off to the races I go. Alright, so out with a Blue, out with a Sabrina, and with 2 Pokédex. Let's see how things change. I'm going to start off with Mewtwo EX to the active spot. Ralts to the bench. I've got Kirlia. I have a Mythical Slab and I have a Pokeball. So I know the Pokeball will shuffle my hand, and basically if I send a card to the bottom of the deck using Mythical Slab, I will be able to retrieve it. Now, the whole intent of me putting those 2 Pokédex is I really want to tag team that card up before I use the Mythical Slab. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Pokeball. Mew EX, which I'll move to the bench. Give me a second, kind of a healthy Pokemon, so I don't get a Sabrina out with my Ralts. I'm going to go with Professor's Research. Got Gardevoir, and now I have Mythical Slab, but I'm not gonna use it yet. I'm gonna see if I can pull a Pokédex and then try it out together. All right, so with that, I'm gonna end my turn. First energy assignment coming up to my opponent. Mew EX to their bench. We got a mirror match going on here. Okay, so go ahead and get Kirlia onto the table. Go ahead and assign this Psychic Energy to Mewtwo EX. Again, I'm going to hold off on my slab until I get the Pokédex. So with that, I'll end my turn. Okay. My opponent's sitting on a good number of cards. Triple S. Professor's Research. Pokeball. This is the last 2 cards I've played. There's a Mewtwo EX. So they're closing the gap. They got their Kirlia going. They also got Mew in the back with 2 energy. So that Mew is always a threat to a Mewtwo EX. So I got Gardevoir. So I'm going to go ahead and get Gardevoir started. And I'm going to go ahead and here's what I'm going to do. I need 2 energy to retreat. I have Leaf. So I will go ahead and play Leaf. I'm going to retreat back. I'm going to put Mew to the active spot. I'm going to go ahead and assign one energy. And a second energy. And with that, I'll go ahead and do a side shot. So Mew is a good threat against a Mewtwo EX, because for one less energy, you're going to get that 150-point strike. So they're going to go ahead and start their slab. And they put a card in their hand. So could be fishing for Gardevoir. Let's see where they go with this. I'm holding off on using my slab until I get a Pokédex card so we can kind of see it in action. So they're going to ask Sabrina to step forward. So I'll go ahead and move Gardevoir to the front. So they're going to go ahead and next speed back. Bring Mew to the front. Hence why I didn't put a Mewtwo back out into the active spot. So they're going to use their genome hacking and strike me for 60 points. So I got a Pokeball. I'm going to go ahead and use that. Got Mewtwo EX going to the bench. I'm going to ask Sabrina to help out. And I'm kind of goofed up on this particular. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. I'm going to basically retreat myself back. And with that, I will put Mew to the front. And I'll fire off a side shot. Alright, so I'm expecting to see their Mew come back to the front again. We're probably going to do a few little trades here. I have a Mewtwo EX at least ahead with one energy plus Gardevoir, but I have to get that Mew into the active spot. So my opponent thinking through what they want to do. Okay. Try to get caught up in chat. Let's see. Looks like they're going to retreat. Yep, just like I thought. Mew EX to the active spot. Assuming they're going to go for their first side shot, they're going to start powering up that Mewtwo on the back. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. So I'm at least ahead in the race by one shot. So Mewtwo EX getting that point of energy. Sitting on Mythical Slab. I never did get a Pokédex yet. But that said, I've got a full suite of Pokemon on the bench. Gardevoir is going to help out. I'll be looking for a Sabrina, is really what I'm looking for. If they... and with that, I will... back. So we're just going to trade 20-point shots right now. Whoever gets a Sabrina first will change the flow of this match. With 2 active Mew EXs there, Sabrina will definitely change the flow. I'm not seeing Sabrina flying forward, so my opponent doesn't have it quite yet. So Mythical Slab, I'm trying to pair up with the Pokédex card. So I've got 2 of each. And I'm holding off on playing it until I get both. Hasn't happened yet. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and pull back their Mew EX. They're at 2. Alright, so now, so there's the Pokédex. So I've got the 2 item cards. Let's just go ahead and, for fun, I'm going to play Pokédex. So Pokédex goes down. I've got another Mythical Slab, a Culia. So 1, 2, and 3. So there's the beauty of playing that first. Then I would know what I need to do. So the 3rd spot is the spot where I would get some benefit out of it. Okay, so back to the game at hand. I'm going to go ahead and start this match. I'm going to go ahead and retreat my Mew. I'm going to bring up my Mewtwo. We're going to start trading shots here. But since I'm going first, and I'll have the backup with genome hacking, there's probably something I'm not thinking about, but this is my thought. I'm going to go ahead and side drive, take the early 2-0 lead. But I know if he brings forward that Mew EX to take me out, I have my Mew EX as well. But the issue at hand is I can only do so much damage. So they've got their Gardevoir active. Another Mewtwo EX to the bench. So again, tonight I'm more focused on coming to a conclusion on Mythical Slab. All right, that ties it up at 2-2. Okay, so oh, I was thinking through it and the computer played for me. That's unfortunate. X speed. Now I have to waste my energy. I'm not in a very advantageous position here. I was just trying to think through what I could do, but they've got Gardevoir and they've got a Mewtwo ready to go. So at this point, they've got the match. So good match on their part. All right, so let's try that again. So we got to see the benefit of that Pokédex card. Let's see if we can get it a little bit earlier and see if we can turn and make this Mythical Slab card more effective. So whether it's Pokeball, Oak, Slab, or Slab, Oak, Pokeball, or Oak, Slab, Pokeball, or any combination, I think the Pokédex card kind of clears it up and makes it, if you're going to play it, you know, this is the way to do it. Now that said, Blue would have been really helpful in that last match. So where I was taking a 150-point shot, Blue would have made a 140, except, of course, if they had a Giovanni. But for tonight's purpose, I just want to focus on Mythical Slab. So, off to the next match. Again, thanks for joining. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Also visiting. We got a lot of conversation. That's great. here soon. We'll have trading in place. I'm definitely going to be hosting some trading streams. I'll have one right out of the gate. The moment trading becomes available, I'll be on. If we know ahead of time, I'll make sure I'm on right at that time. Actually, probably early. And then we'll just let the trading begin. And then I'll be hosting trading streams throughout where people can get together, kind of have conversations, set up private matches. However trading's going to work, I'm not sure. But definitely the live streams will be a source to do that trading. Mew EX is the active spot. They do have Mythical Slab, so that's a good. I just need the Pokedex to go with it. All right, looks like we got another mirror match. So maybe some others are either Mewtwo's popular tonight, or maybe some others are also trying out Mythical Slab a little bit more. I know that it's receiving a lot of press and conversation as of late. They're playing theirs early. It looks like it bought them a Ralts, maybe? Okay. So since I don't have the Pokedex, I'm not going to play mine. So I'll go with Pokeball first to start. Professor's Research next. Mewtwo to the bench. Now here's the gamble. What's the chance if I have a Ralts? If I could get the Ralts now, it would be a huge... Well, it would be a huge advantage. It would at least keep me at pace with my opponent. So I could use the Slab right now. And I've used one Pokeball, so I still have one Pokeball that if I send something good back, I can get it back. I have 2 Slabs and 2 Pokedecks, so I think I'm going to go for it right now because I could really use a Ralts to kind of even up my mirror match here. Oh, and I sent one of my Pokedecks to the back. So there's a gamble that did not pay off for me. I'm going to go ahead and assign that one energy and end my turn. Oh. I wanted to... That's okay. So... Mirror match, 2 Ralts and a Mewtwo against a Mew EX and a Mewtwo EX. So I'm definitely behind on the evolution. My opponent's one step closer, so they definitely have been dealt a much better hand. Yeah, and I see you guys talking about Pokemon Go. I sure hope trading isn't as restrictive as Pokemon Go. You know, it's like, oh, if you don't have the shiny version or you don't have this, it's like a million of that. It's just really rough. I hope it's much more friendly. More like real life. Hey, my friend has this card, I don't have it. We get together, we trade cards. All right. And I hope they just let you set a price. Oh, I have this. Oh, okay. You want to trade 3 of these? No, make it 4. You know, something like that. Where you can kind of, you know, work together and haggle and barter a little bit. I mean, I think that would be kind of fun. Professor's Research. So I'm off to... Oh, I finally got my Ralts. But I'm one whole stage evolution behind. Energy to my Mew. And my Mew kind of nullifies Mewtwo EX, so I think the more I play this deck, the more I kind of, especially if I've got a mirror match, I think I like the idea of Mew EX up front. Because suddenly I could beat the race to get the 3 energy versus 4 energy, and I can get that 150 point attack first. Side shot in the meantime. Oh, I see some conversation here. that tickets for selecting a card. Huh. Alright, so they're going to go ahead and X speed back with Mew EX being a threat. Got to spend some energy to get there. Well. And they bring Ralts to the front. Okay, so I've got the Kirlia. They're in the driver's seat with already having Gardevoir ahead of me. They already got two Mewtwo EX. I'm trying to buy myself a little bit of time here. Well, it doesn't make sense. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Leaf. Bring myself back so I don't lose any energy. I'm going to go ahead and retreat back. Place my Mewtwo up front. Now the point is, where do I assign this energy? I'm basically going to lose it with the Mewtwo if they want to do a swap. So for now, I think I will go ahead and... I've already got enough energy with Mew. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it to Kirlia. All right, let's see how they approach this. So with so many EXs on the table, whoever can strike first, if they can trade blow for blow, they're going to win. But if you don't have the depth, you can't. If you strike first, you might end up being in a situation where you have to pull something forward and lose. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. So they're giving Ralts some energy. Must not have an X speed or a Leaf. Most likely, I think they're going to retreat back. Got an evolution going there, and it's my turn. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place my Ralts down. I'm going to go ahead and go with Gardevoir. And I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy there because I have no choice. And I'll assign this energy here. It put me within a 150 striking distance. I could ask Sabrina to help out, but I can't take anything out. So with that, I think I'll just do a 50-point attack, and I'll kind of taunt them to come forward. Definitely a great match we got going here. I must have missed Peter taking off. Thanks for sticking around, Peter. I'll catch up with you soon. I'll probably be wrapping up here pretty soon. All right, so 4 energy points for that Mewtwo EX. So we're going to start the party. And they're kind of in the driver's seat right now. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put my Mew EX to the front. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot going for me. They just were dealt a better hand than the one I had. Go ahead and put Mewtwo down. Put Kirlia down. Now I take this one out, but then they're in striking distance with another one. So at this point, it's kind of academic, but we'll just... the only thing, in case they goof up with a Sabrina, misplay the Sabrina. All right, so they're going to bring that forward. Either way, no matter what I bring forward, they've got the power. So yeah, this match is over. So I'll go ahead and concede it. Good play on my opponent's part. Definitely a great play. All right, so go ahead and go through there. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and it's 11:30. I'll stream for 30 more minutes. I'm home by myself tonight. The rest of my family's out at a vacation home, so let's. I'll go for 30 more minutes. I see I have a few viewers on, so let's continue to explore this Mythical Slab Pokédex. So this deck I'm playing now has 2 Mythical Slab and 2 Pokédex. All right, let's see if we can I haven't been able to pull the combination too much. I put 2 and 2 just so that my odds would be better that I could link them up. All right, so there goes Mew EX. Now what I'm missing in this deck is my Budding Expeditioner. There's a Pokédex card, so I'll go ahead and start battle. Yeah, I agree with you. I haven't been able to use it to my advantage as much as I would have liked. And I think my deck, I've played a lot of Mewtwo EX deck, and I just feel a little bit weaker with having that card and trying to make it work. It seems very situational. Less situational than having another Sabrina or, something else along those lines. I'm going to start off with Professor's Research. But it's fun to explore all these different cards and find out for yourself and watch others play it and kind of come to your own conclusion on things. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play the Pokédex card. So I got a Ralts, and I got a Pokeball. So immediately I know right now it makes sense to go ahead and play it because I can get I'm on a mirror match. I can get Ralts right away. Yeah, I'll take that. So there's a great example of where the Pokédex really helps out. Okay, but that's been more of the exception to the norm. I've got Curly at Gardevoir, so that made a big difference. That puts me on path for a 1-2-3 to Gardevoir. So that's always good. Playing my opponent who's got a gold Mewtwo EX, such a beautiful card. They've got their first Ralts now, so they're starting to heat up a little bit. I have Mew EX in the active spot. Definitely going to love that compared to the Mewtwo because I'm a threat of 150. Most likely before they get to where they need to be for energy. Unless, of course, they can bypass things with a Gardevoir. Got a second Ralts. I'll go ahead and put down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and play Professor's Research. Let's see what Professor's Research has for me. Pokeball next. And a Mewtwo EX. I'll take that. I'll go ahead and put that on the bench. And with that, I'll go ahead and finish with a side shot. That's funny you say that, Wada, because without a doubt, My slab has pulled Professor's research more than anything else. It could just be coincidental, or maybe there's some odds into things, I don't know, but it seems like, yeah, I get a lot of Professor's research. But then again, every time I have a Misty in my deck, what does she do for me? Absolutely nothing. Tails. Okay, Mew EX took a 50-point hit. Gonna go ahead and get my Kirlia up to Gardevoir. Oh, and they conceded. They saw the 150-point shot coming and knew what was going on. All right. Next match. So I'm about a half hour away from wrapping up the stream. Thanks everyone who's been connected. It looks like I've had a little better turnout tonight, so that's exciting. I'm exploring the Mythical Slab card. I've already made one adjustment to the deck that's shown on the overlay. I've basically have taken out a Sabrina and blue and replaced it with 2 Pokédex so I could actually see what's coming up to see when and if I should use that Mythical Slab. So that's what I'm exploring right now. Overall, Mythical Slab has helped me definitely win some games sometimes, but the vast majority of times it hasn't been helpful, and I've been a little bit of a struggle. It likes to pick, for some reason, Professor's research and send them to the bottom. But typically I have had a Pokeball still available, and of course the Pokeball will reshuffle your hand and corrects that issue. All right. Mew to the active spot. Seems like I've been playing nothing but Mewtwo EX Mew decks as of late. And I'll start the battle. My opponent has a really cool looking Venusaur card backs. Staryu. All right, water deck. Starmie EX probably, what do we think? Articuno. I mixed in with maybe some Gyarados. Gyarados is a really popular card right now. It's made itself known in the meta. All right, my turn. Gonna start off with a Professor's research. A Pokeball and a Mewtwo EX. Mewtwo EX to the bench. Gonna go ahead and use my Pokeball next. Got a Ralts, so that's a good deal right there. Ralts to the bench. I've got a Slab, but again, testing it out along with the Pokédex. So I'm gonna hold on to it for right now. Now, would I always wait for the Pokédex? Not necessarily. If I think it gives me a chance for something, I might use it. Gonna go ahead and assign an energy to Mew. And with that, I'll end my turn. And Mew is one of my favorite Pokemon. I have a couple favorites. Gengar, Mew, Celebi is actually one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of Pokemon Go. My pride and joy, I have a shiny Celebi that is perfect in stats, and a shiny Mew that's perfect in stats. Those are my pride and joys. I really enjoy those. I have a couple of Pikachus I'm really proud of as well, including the Pikachu Libre, but unfortunately he's not a perfect one. And my opponent already conceded. Okay. Yeah, Celebi sure didn't last very long. At first it was like, wow, this is like crazy, but it definitely died out quickly. I've only played maybe one. I've only been up against one tonight, I think. No, two. 2 times. Had a probably almost 30 matches now. Snore laxatives. All right, next match. Again, exploring Mythical Slab. Pokedex. Another Boy Blue player icon. Love that icon. I was on Giovanni for the longest time. When that one came out, I swapped over. Okay, so I've got... Looks like a good hand to start, perhaps. You know, right now I'm going to go with Mew. I've been coming up against so many Mewtwo's that I like having Mew in the active spot. Or even if it's a Gyarados, I'm 1 energy closer to getting to that attack. Mewtwo EX to the bench. I've got a Ralts to the bench. And I'm going to sit a turn on this other Mewtwo EX. Go ahead and start the battle. Okay, well, we might be up against a similar deck. Maybe we got a little bit more Gengar going here or something else. Just looking over my options right now. Still just debating if I should play the Mewtwo. I'm going to go ahead and hold off again. And start my turn. The new variant Psychic. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how this plays out. I see their energy zone is just Psychic, so I don't see any differences there. Okay, let's see how this goes. Mewtwo EX Ralts. Hypnotic Gaze. Coin flip to see if I'm asleep. And I am. There's my Poke deck, so once I get that Mythical Slab, I'll go ahead and test that out. Just thinking through what I want to do next here. I'm going to go ahead and assign this energy to my Mew. And I think I'll go ahead and place my Mewtwo EX on the bench at this point. And I will end my turn. And this time I make my heads. My opponent's got a Ralts, they've got a Mewtwo EX, they got a Mew EX, and a Flabébé. Or maybe it's Flabébé, but I think it's actually BB. Alright, they're thinking through their next step. Thanks again, everyone, for joining and sticking around. I really appreciate it. We're exploring Mythical Slab. I've got the Pokédex into the deck now. I've tried it one time, a couple times, and it definitely gives you that insight you're looking for. The question is how much do you have to invest to make it work to your advantage, and what are you giving up with that investment in your deck? Maybe not as big a deal if you're sitting playing like a 60 card deck like a regular TCG as an example, but with only 20 cards, every card makes a difference. Okay, so I resisted the sleep. I'm going to go ahead and place his second energy on Mew. Gonna use the Pokeball just to go ahead and get another Psychic. There's another Ralt. And I think with that, I'm going to attack. At least going to force my opponent to potentially move that BB back. All comes down to if they want to gamble on their coin flip. They're powering up their Mew on the back as a threat to my Mewtwo EX. Let's see what they got in store for me. They're thinking through things right now. They're a step ahead of me on the evolution to Gardevoir. And they're making the gamble. And it paid off. So I'm stuck trying to get my Kirlia. Gonna go ahead and start powering up a Mewtwo EX on the bench. I'll just leave my Mew sitting there. And as you can see, not able to do anything. Now, end my turn. And I failed again. Okay, so they managed to get their Gardevoir. Mine's nowhere to be... Got my Gardevoir, but Kirlia is nowhere to be found. So now they have the advantage on energy. The energy feeds definitely their direction. I really need Kirlia this next turn, or the energy deficit's going to start to really add up. They're not quite in striking distance. Next round, they'll be in striking distance for that Mewtwo EX. And I got the heads this time. Yeah, it looks like he just has Flubibi out there just for probably like a sleep wall to try to kind of wall things off with just using sleep. Now, what I'm going to do here... Again, I'm just this on the struggle bus. I've got a 150-point shot coming my way. I think what I'm going to do on this one is I want to save my energy on Mew, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Leaf. And I'll go ahead and retreat. Yep, that's what's happening. Two Pokedex, no slab. I'm going to put Ralts to the front. Mew's still a threat, because if that Mewtwo EX comes up, I have it. I can come back with the 3 energy attack of it. I'm going to go ahead and put this energy on my other Mewtwo EX. I'm going to go ahead and play a Pokedex just so I can see what's coming up. I'm not going to attack. Oh, but it cut me off so fast. I saw a Pokeball in there. I need the throw my red flag down so I can watch the replay. All right, let's see what they are thinking. So they're going to go ahead and bring Mewtwo EX out to the front. They've got their energy. Hopefully they got a Giovanni. Ah, they're going to play Sabrina. That's a good move on their part. So obviously, I don't want to play with their Gardevoir. I'm going to have to go with my Mew. It would make no sense for me to play Mewtwo EX with that Mew on the bench. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put this energy here. Oops. I'm going to bring Ralts to the bench. I don't really need my slab for pulling anything to and from, so I'm going to go ahead and play my Pokedex earlier. Pokédex, to see what I've got coming my way. Slab, ball, speed, okay. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and attack. So that ties it up at 2. Mew EX to the front. Genome hacking, it's going to be able to hack at me at 20 points a shot. Which is why I took that route instead of bringing Mewtwo EX for 150 point knockout and loss. So we'll trade blows 20 a point for a turn or two. In the meantime, I'll add this third energy to Mewtwo EX. Not going to play the Mythical Slab. Yep, and they conceded. They knew what was coming. All right. Good match with my opponent. And what we'll do is one more match. That'll put me at 4 hours for the night. I think that's a pretty good stream. One more match to go. I'll summarize my thoughts on this last match and we'll wrap it up. So, Mythical Slab. Mythical Slab. My thoughts are, I think it has some potential. I think you need to be much smarter than the card, which is probably not the case for me. I bet you in the right hands of the right person who competes and is very competitive and knows the game inside and out, I bet you it's a great card. My research today showed that some people, I listed the orders. I found 5 different orders where people truly believed it was the only way to play it. The most common order was Pokeball, Oak, Slab. The next most common was Slab, Oak, Pokeball. Those in the first camp felt that you should play the Slab last after you've done your Pokeball and Oak, just to get as many Pokemon cards to start with. Let me go ahead and get this game started. All right, so here we go. I've got Pokedex. I'm going to go ahead and play right now. On the last match, this is nice. I've got a Leaf, a Gardevoir, and a Sabrina. All right, so I know to play it on the next one. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn. And then there was the side of camp that said, oh, okay, well, instead of doing Pokeball and Oak and then using Slab for the try to get your remaining evolutions, do Slab first so that if you send a good card to the bottom of your deck, you can retrieve it back with a Pokeball. And then each one of those other variations I have listed on the overlay had different scenarios around it. All right, so we know we got Curlia right here. And we know that the next one is Gardevoir, so I'll go ahead and play it now. We'll take that. And with that, I'll give Curlia a point of energy. I need some help on the bench, though. This is going to end quickly for me. And I'll end my turn. All right, looks like they're going to strike first. They got Growlithe. Their bench is looking as sparse as mine. There they go. They got Arcanine EX. They're one step away. If I don't get anything, this is game, set, match. And guess what? We knew X speed. We knew I wasn't going to get it. Well, we'll go ahead and upgrade to Gardevoir. And I can't use Sabrina to bring something else in because my opponent has nothing else on their bench. Leaf doesn't help me and XP doesn't help me. So, unfortunately, it's game over. So overall, the thought is I bet you Mythical Slab, I bet, it is. It could definitely be helpful in the right situation. I just think you have to have the right deck put together. You have to be dealt the right hand. You have to have, everything has to kind of be in play. And if you have a full grasp of your hand, your opponent's hand, your decks and everything, I bet you can make it very worthwhile. I haven't seen it in any of the real, tournament play. Good match by my opponent. Nothing I can do about that. So overall, I'll end the stream by saying I think it's a good card, but I don't think it's a card as a Mewtwo EX player I would keep in my deck. It's just too situational for not the result I'm expecting to get from it. And then on top of that, I think for the 2 spots, at least for the slabs, or right now I got 4 spots with the 2 poke decks, or even if I was going 3, I just think that there's much better cards I could be putting in my deck to give me more versatility and better strength. All right. So I just want to give a shout out and a thanks to everyone. I had a fun time tonight with Wada. Thanks for sticking around. Peter, I know he's not on. It was great to catch up with Peter. Also, it was a fun night. Also had Giovanni on. He was fun to hang out with. So thank you all for joining tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow night with yet another deck. We'll catch up some more. I really can't wait for trading. Trading comes out. We can all get online and start trading. I know we all need some cards. Thanks again, Wada. Hey, I liked what you got set up. Definitely feel free to use me as a resource. You're always welcome. I'll put a post on my community as well with my build and setup. So if you want want to bounce anything off somebody or ask a question or say, hey, how are you doing this? I'll put something up and we can use that as a way to communicate. And then, of course, I'll get a Discord going as well. So thanks again. I appreciate everyone for joining. Whether you're, it's a morning for you, whether it's afternoon, evening, or night, I hope you have a good rest of whatever that is for you. Take care. Have a good time. And as always, let's battle.